He lives to tell the tale, does
They're giving
Krabeni.
up A right now. Right, they're fighting for middle. A's open. A is open.
Yeah, Zontix, he realizes his mistake. Space conceded and opening.
Now this is a tough retake. I understand they don't have the weapons, but they have the sight and the man advantage.
This would be disruptive.
Wouldn't be the first one of these in this series either.
Spirit just begging to have 2 consecutive round wins. And now it's not going to be easy on the way back in. Donk searching, a man determined, looking for a lot of fights, and they'll stand and bang. Jugs brings him down. Tech 9 headshot lethal. Tanir and Shiro still finding output. One back from Demon. They want to fight. Look at Krabeni just swinging. The fights just keep on coming. It's still up for debate. Magic's smoke, kit. That is the dream combo for this 1v1. How does Demon handle the pressure of this? Ooh, gives him the fight. Knows where he's at. Magic's what's their options? They're just going to spam into the smoke. It gets weird. Demon can't find him. Magic's just holding. Magic saves Spirit. A hard one, yes, but back into the site. Takes the kill on the last second.
Oh, these CT rounds are going to be hard to come by. That was the force right there.
Oh.
And you just get across the line, that swarm towards heaven. That's a frustrating one for Foot. It's not a freebie on the entry, but you're still able to get in, get the bomb down, and they set up for so many duels towards heaven. I don't think they were expecting almost the entire Spirit team to be following through. So it will be the eco.
Light work, no reaction from Magic's.
Nonchalant as always. It's 4 digs and a Glock.
Tanir playing an angle that's very hard to hit the head there. Warded off by Demon's Dig. Space for Krabeni. They're playing this camera temple crossfire. And he gets a couple of hot shots, able to connect, and just Shiro activating as Symmetry went scavenging.
Hello.
And goodbye.
Okay, so Donk's starting to get a little bit more grounded now in these fights against xFloud. To beat him out on one map was one thing. To do it consecutively, that's going to be another. This one will just peter out now. It is just Jugs, the last man to find, over towards T-Stairs, and Donk will maul in. Eco dealt with, tied up 4 apiece, and now the guns are back out. Symmetry can AWP if he wants to go glass. Attack timeout called from Coolio. Tanir still with this SMG, may as well wield it into the next. There's options for it. So 3 straight as Spirit start to stabilize. And they haven't had to do anything aggressive on this CT side. It's just been very standard maneuvers. Right, we haven't seen them trying to catch these timings out the hole. They're not doing like flash pop plays out B main or trying to take water and sandwich it with connector at the same time. They know that Foot are going to bring the fire and the fight, and they have been.
Captain Krabeni has been making full use of that timeout.
They're getting a lot of space in middle.
They are.
See if it happens again.
Responsibility of Magic's.
Okay, this is direct. Congregated outside B. They are waiting for some type of a push, some type of a play to call the rip. Krabeni is going to continue with the mid util. Are they ready for Tanir? Locked in jail. It is 3B right now. Magic's having to worry about middle as well as that temple support. So he's floating between both. Just trying to play for sound cues pressed up. You can see him there on X-ray through the wall. And there you go. He's hearing some steps. You can relay that.
Donk and Tanir versus 3B main. It's going to go 0 to 100. Just as he looks away, attention drawn. Tanir able to find xFloud for free, goes swinging in, then the Symmetry trade. Donk, what have you got? Finds just the one, keeping him humble. Rotation's quick. Smoke is late.
Breaks available.
Magic's gonna go for just a chunky nade here. Symmetry, watch your health. Bosh, 59, 57 for Krabeni. Post plant, deep smoke. Flash onto Shiro. Retooling. And time is ticking. Symmetry's just setting himself up to take the fight. Krabeni's been spotted out, caught, just a pixel of him exposed on the pillar. Now Demon has to step up. He strafes on in. It's Symmetry that has to come up clutch, and he just can't hack it. Shiro with 1 HP to spare.
Good poise under pressure from Spirit.
They were so calm on the way back in.
They also had a bad read of what the round was going to be. That setup, it's not great, right? Donk, as soon as the smoke starts to fade over towards Ebox, says, I have to acknowledge this. Then they had 2 players there. Essentially, he's somewhat caught in the open, so decent output from the B defense, considering felt like the team had the overall wrong read, which is a bit of a boon for Krabeni, but still, he doesn't get the round. Now this is 4 straight.
Magic's out of That's a good nade, bro.
This is a full rush.
They are rushing, but Magix gets the backstab. Perfect. They just line up. He knocks them down. 1 onto the A anchor, though. Zontix is gone. Shiro should be fine. Demon's going for a plant. Shiro, yeah, he's got the denial.
Nade might do it.
Yep. Just about the safe is X-Floud, but only delaying the inevitable. He's being run at. He's being pursued.
Well, that one's going to be shy of the mark as well. So X-Floud away, but Tania aware of the possibility, and we'll finish things off 6-4. First time we've seen something a bit more punchy, right? Running out into water, taking those fights, making sure that Foot aren't able to get that early space, but that was just a line by. Now the guns again. And a momentum shift. We did have the streaks similar on Cash. It was the pistol, the conversions for Foot. It was the tail ends off the back of a Krabeni Deagle clutch against Magix on that B site. We'll see if they can do it again to give them some bookends before we have that halftime break. 2 more rounds, 2 more opportunities. Donk's blocked that.
Good interception. X-Floud parting aggressive into Magic's crosshair. He's nailed it. Are you ready for the second? Look at Krabby go. He's just got so quick and eats the flashbang. Magix feeds it to him. Now you're walking wonky. 3 on 5. Your aggressive ventures cut down.
Able to win some 3v5s against Furia in their run. So Demon making it some big plays. We'll see if they can do it in this one. As Fight and Conquer, the name of the name right now. Symmetry middle with the bomb. Demon coming to join him. Jugs trying to probe into Basket's control for what they would hope can be an A split, but there is 3 lying in wait from Spirit.
Does force the block util. Magix as well. Can be forced to throw out his incendiary in response. Good catch. Perfect from Magix. A wide swing. Finds Symmetry. Now Jugs activating. It's all too easy for Team Spirit. That A site safe as houses.
Really good counter strike from Spirit in this stretch.
And what a stretch it is now. 6 on the trot. 7 of the last 8.
Julio wants this final round. He is going to burn another timeout. A buy will be there. It is just going to have a couple of issues. Benny coming in with a Mac 10. Jugs has gone AK just with Kev. No head armor behind it. That's not unusual for Foot. But what's the call from Coolio? Last round they tried something heavy through middle. They got denied. A really nice shot there from Magix. A good alley-oop into Tania. Throughout, it's felt like they've had a decent read of what Foot have wanted to get up to. It's really just the pistol with those conversions that are the better rounds that they are resting their heads upon right now. Going to brave this smoke. So on the fade, Benny knocks the molly. Now they're up, they'll take the room. They're announcing their presence, hoping this causes an over-rotation.
Ooh. Flash, good connection onto Magix. Smoke camera, he's ready.
Washington to punish right now our Foot. We've seen them leer back in with flashes, and they are coming for a sweep akin to an ancient mid-crawl. Here's the swing.
X-Floud chose not to engage. They want that misinfo to flow.
They can get into the back lines. They've got time to be able to work.
Chunks has got the bomb on his back as well. He's leading this contact war through the
Have to know this is a possibility. They don't want to try and fight E-Box or B main extremity. They must know mid's a massive gap right now, but no one's acknowledging it.
They called it clear. They hid in plain sight. And now xFloud has the flank. Oh, the info, it flows, but do you overlook Ivy? You might. No, never mind. Magix has gone down, Demons in spawn. And you know exactly where Tanir is. You spotted his entrance into the E-Box. Foot to close out this half. Keep it just a 2-round game. Symmetry sent up to collect onto the Zontics. Arrival here, doesn't quite nail it. Pulls us back even. Late retake out of Spirit.
Plant.
This is not out of the realms of possibility. The plant, however, does make things difficult. Krebeni hiding out on site. xFloud onto Tanir, and it's looking good. A little too good for Shiro and Zontics to handle. No time, no head. We've got a 7-5 half, folks. Spirit looking comfortable on Anubis. Can Foot seriously put up a fight in the second half?
Молик дали. Вышел.
Я дал камеру.
База у вас, сейф кол.
Бегу к вам.
Я бегу к вам.
10 хп.
Парни, я как
Секунду.
еще раз у них.
Калаши.
80, Дим, я распикиваю.
Давай, тройка, Борь. Киты есть. Банан слева. Банан слева взял.
За колонной. Умер.
Еще
Еще
тройку
один.
слева ждите.
Тройки нет.
Банан убил. Еще
База.
Есть.
Два.
Убей, молодцы. Бля, ебать мы зачитали раунд полностью.
Business. Let's see what our next half has in store. They say it's a T-sided map, Anubis. We'll see if Spirit can demonstrate that. They managed to find the lion's share of the rounds on their defensive half, so now all swapping over to the T side. Is it really just going to be tie things up neat and tidy, or are there a couple more twists and turns?
Well, they'd have to get their first pistol round if they want to keep this neat and tidy. It's been one-way traffic in that department for Foot, so strong starts will be the foundation of this competitive series so far.
Audible for Krebeni's hearing Zontics cross, but the rest silent rugs.
Nobody in A at the moment.
No, sir.
So as they have Demon jiggling towards water, Krebeni searching as well. They are going to see this as clear. Are they just hoping for a fast flank retake? That's not going to be easy. Or do the jewels come their way?
Heaven smoke and go.
They don't have a kit for the retake.
I'm very curious to see how that works out for them.
Have
You've
to
got
push the
Sneer
smoke.
Cook in the flank. They'll have to push through the camera smoke, and you can't hit the headshot onto Donk! And 2 fall in quick succession. The first pistol for Team Spirit, and it comes just as easy as that.
I understand the thought process, especially with Foot. They have no issue trying to brave smokes and take those fights, knowing that they can get their feet planted and the crosshair in the right place quickly. But that's a risky pistol. They gambled, and incorrectly. Demon, take one for his troubles. Tanir. Looks xFloud for a moment, but able to correct first is xFloud. Showing some frustrations there. Hide and seek with Demon. Stay on board with the kid as he looks for another frag. He gets gooshed and he goes down. Good stuff from Tanir. 2 for him, 2 for Donk, 1 for Zontics. So no armor saved, means the force bite will be a little bit lighter on. Got Ancient up next. Nuke is the 4th. And the game is yet to turn into that scrap just yet. This has been a match of streaks so far over both. It's not the tit for tat, the back and forth, the clutch heavy game, but it has been brawly. This force, these 2 5.7s, 2 Deagles. And MP9 walking around number 14. Again with a gamble, similar to the pistol. Heavy mid, 2 towards B, A. An open runway. How are Spirit to know? How long do they go through the motions before this is detected? And now with the bomb over towards Rugs, looking likely they are going to roll the dice correctly once more.
Nice shot out of Krebeni's dig. Magix.
Saw multiple there.
He did. might call off this A finish. And Demon is attempting. Can he tuck in before they round this corner? Will you overlook it, Donk? Has Demon done him dirty? Of course not. Cleared, hard cleared by Donk, and Demon just reclines in the chair. xFloud kind of alone here, knows he has to play it forward, knows he has to try and get something on this first fight, and he's got Donk. Continues in that head-to-head. That is number on Cash. Different story here in Anubis. That's a great shot out of Tanir. He's looking precise to start off this T side. Where's that bomb going? Back to A, because it's under the control of Zontix.
I think you give this one a go for sure. You don't just hold on to these guns. Symmetry's here in time.
The bomb just going across now. Giro hesitant. He's got the cover. Tipping that gap. Wants to buy time. Can't take this on his own, but the fight might come his way. Shiro's nailed the timing here. Yeah, just perfect. Get your info on Zontix, and now all attention on Jug's approach. Anticipating A main is Shiro. And he's absolutely back on the money. He's perfect. Played it to perfection. Top of the tables. And even kill spread everyone. Doing what's necessary on Team Spirit to run home with an equalizing map.
Curious if we get something a little bit crazy out of foot with the buy here. Krabeni could drop an M4. I know that seems out of the box, but wouldn't put it past him to go for a move like that. They are just going to get some pistol upgrades of their own. And this is the push-pull plan between both the sites. Demon tries to be tricky, thinking, this is CS2, I got to stay in motion. Donk across. Back 10 for him, and one spotted over towards A main. He wants that duel. Forces on the block smoke instead. 8 of the last 9 rounds of play for Spirit, so really taking control of this one.
Tanir versus xFloud, and the awareness is there.
It's a comfortable map for Tanir.
You're seeing that.
Good performance earlier in the tournament against Vitality on that of Anubis. They should just be able to comb this one over now, as it's just 3 players to find. All got the Deagle sure, but they're in the site, they're entrenched, and Donk throws a bit more util. Then he fires off. Second time those two have tried to duke it out in this round alone. Shiro just peppering away. Get a gun to save, that wouldn't be too bad for Foot going into the next. We'll be bringing out the guns. Get a lot of aggression at Spirit on their CT side. Let's see if Foot can be as respectful. Symmetry does have his AWP. Good spawn if you wanted to try and go towards A or middle. Not the best. Good enough. The crowd looking for the underdog to find the victory here. To avenge fallen Vitality. xFloud so low early.
Must have been tagged out by that first timing nade. It's not an easy lineup.
It's 3-1-1 to the defense. Jug's on A, middle for Krabeni, the other 3 on B. Basket's pressure applied with that smoke. Jug's trying to play around this. They could break it and clear. It's going to get the support of Krabeni coming over.
Oh, here comes that break.
Should be comboed, yes, with a molly towards Fountain.
Yeah. Things get awkward for Jugs. Oh, plays on the pixel, just in the burn. Stands his ground and removes Donk of all. Tanir back. Krabeni still there. Catches Tanir on the swing. No trade available whatsoever. Now the door is locked behind you. You have to fight forward. Symmetry puts his head in the vice. Shiro slams it shut. Krabeni swaps out to the AWP, shows Symmetry how to use it. 2 kills deep from Krabeni. Oh, beheaded by Zontix. And a clutch for Demon taking shape. First found, just Shiro. It's all or nothing. Do we have something to be excited about here on Anubis? Demon decides for us. Shiro holds the line. And as Demon falls, the opportunities for Foot go with them.
Final tactical timeout, that tells you just how much of a problem this is. So 4 straight on the swap of sides. Their first real opportunity with the guns in hands, and starts well. A lot of damage done there from Jules. An important shot from Shiro and Zontix. They're staying quite active, right? The bomb's going down, they're not just sitting and waiting for information. Continue to search, wary of the possibilities on the way back in a couple of rounds. Sure, this one with the rifles in hand, looking a whole lot more tidy. One was close. This one's looking to be a little bit more of a landslide. Ancient coming up next. Second of the series choice from Foot. 3 M4s, an MP9 and a Famis into the mix on this. Early pressure towards B.
To near Warpark. Oh, wow! X-Cloud just goes for a swing. Dong sees to it.
Massive gap right now. I think Zontix has the opportunity to take an awful lot of space. A big rotation back. They thought that was just a full in B execute. So Zontix with a lot of room. Now he parks the bus.
Jugs and Demon don't. Playing it forward into Zontix, that's exactly what he's positioned to deal with, and that's the frag, a freebie. Reads the Demon repeat, but still, 3 on 3.
Between both sides very well, our Spirit.
Hello. Krabeni spotted the progressions of Magix.
How much pressure that he's under, everybody bearing down on his side now.
Yeah, he's going to be gagging to see Demon and Cemetery pushing out A main and start to help him out. Ooh, Shiro low. Does the damage, Magix down, good chip in from Cemetery, stops him before he could round the corner. And Shiro put into an unwinnable one.
Yeah, that came down to the timing right there. Magic's just throwing some U-tilt. Gets caught in the back line and well, the booze before we can even say it. Shiro looks to hold on to this. Important save considering the previous came down to just that 1v1. So AK retained. First round on the board for the defense for Foot. And that was a round where they had to scramble, but as soon as it turned into that 4v4, they just kept searching, kept moving, and kept themselves in motion. Mira with a Mac 10. Magic's, I think he's just been dropped out a pistol here, so he gets a Tech 9. Okay, it's going to work out. 2 Tech 9s, 1 for Shiro, 1 for Magix, and 3 AKs. Break from Demon. Manages to dissuade those type of peaks. Exchange of smokes over towards A main. Jukes has a choice.
Zontix meets Jugs in motion, moving forward, catches a searching main.
It's one of the AKs down. Shiro would love to get this back. There's a flash. There's a molly.
They're trying to retrieve it. Krabeni, he's having none of it. And Doc obviously reacts, obviously looks the other way. And as attention's drawn, X-Cloud flirts with aggression of his own. Donk reads him like a book.
Oh, where that came from.
Oh, way more required. Krabeni catches Magic straight out of Tanir.
This is deathmatch now.
This is deathmatch, because the bomb is down. You know where Donk and Tanir were. Jugs, oh, just looked the wrong way. They didn't spot him, Tanir. Didn't process the information. Now Donk in a box, and it's Demon that slams it shut.
Okay. Well, very in your face there from Foot. The tenacity there on that push. It's going to have to be eco from Spirit. So that move was always going to have to be the case because they'd given up full mid control. It's a weird exchange. It's not the regular territory like you'd expect a cash, or you lose middle, you take A main. This is coming from multiple areas as the crunch, 3-box and A main, but still, same design to try and get you back a piece of territory.
Oh dear.
Donk's got Kevlar.
Goes down.
Donk's got Kevlar.
Donk has rifle. Hang on, this could collapse. Donk already found output on it, but it does go down for his troubles. Krabeni should be able to keep a lid on this. Should be the operative, and they line up. Shiro and Zontix put their heads together.
It's an eco, somewhat interesting. Hang on, 2 birds, 1 stone. Alley tag, guns come in again. See the design, Donk not at the front of the pack. The back able to pick that up, but there's a lot of bodies there to deal with it, so well done from Foot.
Yeah, those are those little tripwires, those traps that you can get caught out by.
They've got 3 consecutive now. Let's see if they can make it 4. It'll be their longest streak so far on Anubis. With the bomb not going down in these last couple, you'd be begging for that if you're Halley. Let's go to a side, let's get that down.
I'm curious to see what kind of adjustments Halley's been looking for. Successful interception of the lurk smoke. Newman succeeds.
It's not going to be able to path behind this for free. Donk on his lonesome, maybe towards A, so it's his presence. Has to be late through E-box. Apply a bit of mid pressure. Sure, no one is above, able to push behind Donk as they are starting to set up for the B play. Double molly.
Yeah, X-Flood's going to have to pull back. Perfect timing. X-Flood was completely unprepared for that. Opening kill from Donk. Flash leaves Demon reeling. Half health. Back at the site. Cemetery in support. Krabeni on the flank. It will be late. Cemetery's got to find something here. The bait. Perfect. Magix forces the trigger pull. Trying to stick around on that pillar, but out of position. Tanir will finish the job. Looking good is Tanir. Quick on the follow-up. Demon's gone. They know about Krabeni. It's Jugs on the warpath, just goes swinging towards Ivy. Krabeni down. It's 3 out of Tanir. He is keeping up with Donk here on Anubis. He's definitely comfortable. The reason he's wearing that Spirit jersey is to be that second man.
Yeah, that's a big point, right? You can talk about where the resources go. Well, Tanir's the man who's meant to deliver as the second rifling start. Good poise, good util use. Like the way they manifest the opener, it goes from 0 to 100. You don't have a great idea where they are. Okay, well then you're in your face. Donk happens, they get 12, just one more round. That's all they need. Locked again, so no lurk smoke, but Krabeni takes some big space.
Seriously, that's a nade onto Donk. Trajectory does tell of Krabeni's forward position. X-Cloud's 2. And that smoke will extend their control of the water area.
can't really stay here. You're either going to have to keep on pushing, which is risky, or back off. It's good retake utility that Spirit are able to throw, and they're clearly in no rush. A boost to clear out, so getting creative in the open. Mantle's up.
Has Zontix on high alert.
Spirit did this yesterday against Legacy. A very good job of controlling the tone of the game, right? They're not in a rush. You're going to play at our tempo, not yours.
It's baffling. That's the third smoke on stairs from the CT side.
Just trying to delay this water control for as long as possible. It just forces you middle or B main. It's that util I'm talking about. So push back the main control. You don't have to worry about somebody out in water, but it is a very risky move. So light pressure towards A/middle as they group towards B. It's Demon, it's X-Flab, and they need to stand and bang.
30 seconds. A barrage of utility and Spirit players, and Demon completely unprepared, lackadaisical, looking the wrong way. X-Cloud just a crouch spray. It's decent output, and Zontix should have him booked here. Krebeni, do you consider it? Oh, he does, but caught mantling. Doesn't have the accuracy in the air. Symmetry, a missed shot. Oh. Jiggle bait, USP headshot at range. Tanir in the clutch. We're saying he's comfortable, and he can close it down, but Symmetry will hit the shot. First time I feel like I'm really saying his name for impact there. He does extend play. Symmetry in the 1v1. Long-range USB headshots, naughty too.
Yeah, that's tense. It's great from X-Flat to get the double, but again, you can see that Foot really don't have an idea of where these rounds are looking to open and end. The fact that Demon has his back turned while transitioning through Temple, so worried about middle, that was almost a mare.
This is a little unusual.
Yeah, he's got a hard behind his own Sentry here. Might have to catch Magic sleeping.
It's a trick, it's a gimmick. It could lead to an opening.
This is most of their util. Fortunately, a little bit of support.
Tanir's even holding for this, a great awareness that it's a possibility.
How long can you stay in this setup without searching?
Search he shall. Oh, overlooked it for a second, able to pull his crosshair back and will provide and not concede.
That Magic's can take there with the Glock and all these nades, right? He needs to stay alive and try and find some output with this. Start throwing it now, so smoke towards not a camera. Gets himself an upgrade into a Tech 9, so something a little bit more punchy. They should be fine. Should being the operative word. Jug's team flashed. Symmetry will be able to get up on Fountain and take this, but they are starting to posture for this setup. They've got two smokes. That could be Heaven, camera, the molly towards backside, or bricks. Lots of flashes to rally in, and they could overrun this. It's really just the two of them here. The rotation point of Krebeni is going to have to be through Beach to Heaven. Steps made.
Oh, he can't miss that. Can't miss that. They're going to nade you. He's feeling that pressure. Symmetry under scrutiny, and he's just knifed out trying to run away. He's scared of Spirit. Jug stands on. Necessary double. Krebeni, cherry on top. That's Jugs in defense of 8.
Two-round game, another one. In double digits. Final tack timeout from Halley. Would have won 5 of the last 6.
Good shot from Donks Dig. In motion.
That nice edge now. Gonna get 2,900 loss going into what would be the final round if you lose this one, Spirit. We've already got a couple of omissions being Galil's. Coolio with a lot to say in this 30 seconds as well. Shiro will get his AWP. He has a good spawn if he wants to try something a little bit out of the box. He can go pick mid from the top left side. He could try and charge and take a connector fight, but might be smoked. Does he want to just pipe straight in towards A main, something crazy? It's not really in Shiro's wheelhouse, so I'd love to see him make a move in a moment like this, stand up and be countered. He's great in the clutch. Let's see if he can provide an opener. He's 0-0 in that department, just for context. Oh, only missed there. Not feeling the change of pace necessary. Zontix brutalized again over towards main, dropped down to half HP by util. rounds where Foot just completely forego the mid control. And to spot it will be Krebeni from A. With a util, at least a sound cue, the heavy B. It's a 3-2 split. An invitation to Spirit, if you want to take this space, you can. Magic's finding no resistance on his pathing. 50 seconds. Does he keep on making a move? That smoke thrown from Zontix will not last forever. So if he wanted to get into the back line, it's tough, but you have drawn a rotation away from B. Demon has to acknowledge this.
Blocked at B main, 38. Magic's flank is everything. Does look like Demon's cognizant of the chance. In position, clear it.
Oh.
Barrel, barrel, barrel. Demon pivots. The pressure's on Spirit. They've got 20 seconds, chat. They've got to make their move. The bomb's outside of B main. Cemetery, can you provide? Exploud there too. Demon with the chip in. Awkward, very awkward for
10
Team
seconds.
Spirit. They're headed for the hills. They're running to save. You know how Paris feels about that one, Spirit.
Yeah, like they're wasting their time. Down to absolute nothing there. Oh, Zontix takes one. We'll get to hold on to that AK. Tanira Magic's going to operate with something a little bit lighter, but all in all, that is a bit of a nothing round. Just hoping that Foot would come to them. Take a little bit of that space late. They force some util out of the A main players. It's great restraint, economy of utility out of that B defense to just really slow the roll. Can you play at this tempo against Spirit? You have to try and force a fight early. You cannot continue to be so slow.
I can't believe it. 12-11, and Krebeni immediately throws aggression into the mix. So does Magic's. Cemetery gonna get overrun. There's an SFG, needs Jugs' help. Good work. Magic's overlooked him on camera. Duncan cannot provide the trade. One back, Shiro anticipates X-Cloud, just the head visible.
Second to last smoke gone there until they can pick up more. Connector block, two ready to push out main. Fab wants overtime. The pace is just agonizing.
Zontix returns. Anticipating some proactivity. He's right, he's perfectly read it. And there's another where that came from. Krebeni pokes his nose out there in hot pursuit. Nade delays, he's still around! He still sticks in for 1.5 to near 5 HP. Now onto the AWP. Gifted it by Shiro. Using it to try and pressure Cemetery. You can see the speed wobbles. Cemetery feeling the pressure of the moment. Knowing if he can just find a kill, just one, could be enough to secure overtime. Give you something to breathe, and there it is onto Tanir. Shiro in a clutch. High stakes, low time, and 2 to find. Demon there. Ooh. That's Cemetery's close. Swaps out to the USP and takes us to overtime.
Spirit just trying to sow these seeds of doubt with this slow play, the slow roll, just expecting Foot to continue to move. And well, earlier in the half, they were right. Sure, some fights do come their way. They're covering fire here from Jugs, the man doing it all right now. 19 kills deep, up the top with Krebeni. Frustrations palpable from Spirit now. They need to change the pace, at least in one of these 3 rounds in overtime. Give yourself a go, give yourself a chance.
X-Cloud, he wants to start off with a bang. He goes charging. Donk was anticipating, but he's gone unnoticed. Jugs pushes main, finds Donk distracted. Zontix, chance for the clawback. Demon quick to take the fight. Every fight Spirit have found, there's 3 CTs there.
This is a second wins and a half. Tanir, lurk smoke fading now. Can't be more of the same, just hurry up and wait. A shot found from Shiro. Jugs down. Gap towards A. They're going to group up B.
Oh, yeah.
Surely they clear this.
You would hope so. Tanir, he bides his time. He exercises his string of discipline, and they crumble. Advantage gone. Krebeni couldn't find the lethality he wanted. Nade might soften him up further. Bosch, 37, and the bomb's moving back to B. Mid-pivot. Or all the way to rejoin their forces.
Krebeni's hearing these steps. He's worried it could be mid or B main, but he's heard those steps. So he's going to call Cemetery over. Being liberal with the util. Smoking left side sight. Cemetery will have to path to Plat if he wants to fight this.
He does so silently. He'll be on the line necessary. And he hits the shot too. Good one back. Shiro hits the shot for number 2. Cemetery in the clutch to start off overtime. He secured it with one. This time asking too much. Magix just runs him down.
What Tania got right there is what Spirit have been looking for down the stretch of the late stage of that second half. All right, let's get the territory, let's wait, let's put some pressure on, but here there was an actual fight. It came to them first. You see it right here in the replay, minute 40. Jugs oversteps the mark, Donk goes down. Tania perfectly placed to punish 2. Thinking that, could that just have not come 1 round earlier?
Right.
13-12, we find ourselves in OT. But Spirit were given a gift there because of their early exchange. The fact that the fight came to them, I understand they didn't go in their favor, but it destabilized the setup of Foot. They felt that they had to keep moving for information. By doing so, give themselves the round to Spirit.
Yeah, that early B main smoke. Tania sees that, licking his lips, gets across undetected, and bides his time for an impactful double kill.
Continuing with the lurk, because they went for that aggression, no one was there to block it, and again, it won't be. Safe haven for Zonti, he's got himself a pocket between the smoke. So he's comfy here, Krabeni. He wants to jump on out. He wants to lend a hand, and he might get Zontix for free if he palms back. That flash draws attention. Zontix aware and a great shot. Good kill onto the in-game leader.
Great to see the awareness.
Juke's playing a block on 8. Didn't spot any flash, but drops the smoke regardless. Understands he's on his own as Demon rotates through Beach to support him. More U-tilt to ward them away. And this is a gamble. This is a big gamble, but it looks like the right call being made right now.
Yeah, X-Cloud, an extra resource. Dispatched towards A. It's going to be this fight first. Who goes first? Magix is right there, and so is the bullet from Demon. Oh, you overlooked Tania's late arrival. It's not baiting if you win the round. 4 on 4. Tania nails the head, takes out Demon. Belated trade into the A site. Jugs between a rock and a hard place, just tucked on the box, and his backside exposed. Easy for Donk. The A site falls. X-Cloud's been there the whole time, and they've actually faked it with 10 seconds left. Right down to the wire. And Donk will clear him. Triple to find that second sequential.
It's the first time it hasn't felt like Foot have been on the same page with some of these decisions. Right, trying to thrive in the chaos there with the players close. They could have all just started pushing through the smoke. It would have been risky, it would have been desperate, and it probably would have been the same result.
Last round of the attack then for Spirit. Cemetery, walkabout, spots his counterpart Shiro on the stairs, remains on the pixel, but the gap closing. Zontix and Donk walking in, hunting an AWP player. Oh, and he's missed his shot. Calling for help, they're just running at him. Still Cemetery good, there's Tania. What is that? Comes out B main, a man possessed. Provides the necessary. 3, looking for that 4th, softens up Krabeni. And for Jugs, no reason not to give it his best go, but with 3 determined Spirit players, 1 with 27 frags under his belt. And it's not the usual candidate. On the fade. And another headshot for Tania. One hell of a little burst of frags we've seen from him in those 3 sequential T-side rounds to start off overtime.
Foot are going to be so disappointed. They fought so hard to force this into overtime. Now they need to be flawless on their T-side as well.
Look at this. Just the quick adjustment into Cemetery. Tania didn't even realize he'd killed him initially. Just smashed him.
The concern I have now that we flick over, there's no reason they can't get back into things, but their T-side rounds were mainly the pistol with the conversions.
Yeah, we didn't see evidence they can string together gun rounds, which is exactly what they've got to do. What's the plan? What's the call? Get Jugs some early A main space, put some pressure onto Zontix's shoulders. It pulls Magix away from middle.
Demon's here.
He is. And Tanir and Donk are coming. Nails it. Tanir gone. Deleted. The right foot forward for foot. You do see Jugs go down. That's Zontix on A main. He pushed forward, cleared out baskets, finds that equalizer. It's a bit quiet outside of A.
That's a really important molly there from Symmetry. That changes the push. I think they wanted to clamp down on water with 2 through E-box, 2 through main. Now we have to reset, but it's forced them back towards middle, and that's exactly where Foot find themselves.
Magix has called Donk over. And now they strike. Symmetry ready. There's Donk back. Knows there's more. Expert through the smoke. That's a huge kill. A side open for business. You just got to get the bomb through. Donk arrives. Could be a well-placed nade. Exploud's up though. Easy for him. Demon trading. And his stocks are shooting up. Shiro's patience again pays off. Rifle for the 1v1. Symmetry. That's what you want to see. Closes it down. Another 1v1 converted.
These fights coming in dribs and drabs, aren't they? You're getting these spurts. Demon wins out the fight on the B main push. Forces the hand of Spirit. They push out main. They deal with Juke. So nameplate counter-strike. The extremity is getting removed. This nade comes through. Donk playing ahead there. Not giving Shiro a chance to play into the round with him. So puts him in a very difficult position as far as the clutch is concerned. And Symmetry, it's the necessary shot. Might not seem like a lot, but under that type of pressure with the game on the line. So let's play for a round longer.
Two more of those, and we do it again.
Tanir's got the best ball on for like a whole push, something along those lines, but with the body language, looks like they just want to play out another standard round. I think 2 out of the box. Shiro's going to take the AWP towards A. It's a little bit different. Post on the line and see if you can suppress Jugs, looking for that space. Jugs has actually thrown out a deep basket smoke from spawn. And they're flashing straight to
Magix. He was so unprepared for that. A perfect little pop and go.
Follow through.
Yeah, they're hoovering up the space. Shiro will be on the line, but flashed off. Fires off the shot. They're closing the gap. Tanir unable to provide support from Temple. They know A main's not been cleared. And it's a chaotic one from Tanir. Just goes running in. Donk does too. Reveals his presence outside the camera smoke.
Jugs is the insurance policy here.
Oh, guess the info. Jugs reveals himself. Shiro's already found a chip in. Oh, and overextending. Donk will punish. Now the pressure's on Demon's shoulders. Only Symmetry can save him to tie up this grand final. 1 each. The Spirit take it into overtime. Sure, tenacity on display. It was Spirit's pick, and they were made to work for it. Tanir outstanding in the performance. 29, Donk 25, and this grand final's only just begun.
And found themselves up 11-6 at one point in this. The fact that Foot are able to draw this back, this grand final is still to be played for. It's Ancient up next. We've got a whole lot more coming your way here today on Sunday. The EWC 2026 Counter-Strike Grand Final is delivering.
Foot won't go down without a kick. There we see in overtime, the first of hopefully, potentially many. We've got our grand finals up and roaring. Walk me through what we just witnessed, Pimp.
Very competitive game of Counter-Strike. Spirit looked like a team in full control for the vast majority of the time. Strong CT side in the first half. Foot couldn't really string the rounds together, as Chad said in the cast. Winning the pistol, converting, but in terms of winning buy rounds in that first half, not really a Foot playing up to their best. Whereas for Team Spirit, the same could be argued in the second half. It was 2 atypical strong CT sides on a T-heavy sided map.
I think the really important thing as well is Foot is not going to go away quietly, right? Like they're not going to be easy to put away, even if you have an advantage, even if you are in the lead. In the end, it was the small things like inexperience in the clutches a little bit and trying to do too much in certain situations that ended up costing them Anubis.
I wanted to ask you about some of the names we covered coming in. Tanir and Zontix, how have they played through 2 games?
I mean, Tanir stepped up massively here on Anubis. We saw the T-side impact he had in overtime. In general, throughout the entirety of the map, he found himself playing good, you know, and that's exactly what we've been asking for Tanir. That's exactly what Spirit wants him to do as well. You want that secondary rifler who can, you know, help out Dunk when he's not necessarily winning the game by himself. And hats off to Tanir. He kept Spirit alive in moments in this game, and he was a big factor as to why they were able to claim it over the finish line, especially in overtime.
Yanko, we carved out some incredible rounds. Let's take everyone back through round number 7. What happened here?
Yeah, I think this is a good example of some of the issues that Foot has had on their T side here against Spirit, right? So you will see here, even on a sort of a weak buy, they find good timing to hit A. Spirit is focused towards that mid fight, right? Zontix is sort of going to be leaving the bomb site, and as the execute comes in, he wants to help, but he gets caught by the flashes and just dies. So this is a 5v4, and you have the bomb site on the side of Foot. They understand, okay, we have pistols, we don't have a ton of control, and they really want to go for this CT fight. And it doesn't go that great. I mean, from a 5v4, the trades are going to come down to 1v1 in the end between Demon and Magix, who luckily for Spirit has a smoke, and he's going to be able to clutch this one out in the defuse. But, you know, it's always about fight, right. Even though the pressure may be on your opponent, but this would have broken Spirit's economy and was a huge round for them to actually win.
Hot start for Foot. Unfortunately, Donk and crew are too strong. Tanir leading the way for his squad, and that is now each team taking their map. Pimp, this is the best of 5, though. So what do you foresee in the future for everyone here in the Aco Arena?
I mean, as I said, a competitive game of Counter-Strike. I see no reason as to why Foot shouldn't be able to put up a fight against Spirit on basically all the remaining maps. Maybe the only question mark I have would be Nuke, which we're now guaranteed to see in play as well. But overall, I think it's a Foot who's proving that them getting into the final was not a fluke. That was not by any chance of luck. They're playing good, solid Counter-Strike right now and really putting up a fight against Spirit.
I think Ancient is a must-win for Foot, though, right? Like, if they don't win that, I don't think they have enough on a map like Nuke. So Ancient plus Mirage, I think, gives them the best chance to shock Spirit here.
Before we get to that game 3, let's take a look here at your round 25, Pimp. What did you see?
Well, the issue with Foot, and something they need to hone in a bit, you spoke about the constant aggression, Yanko. We saw it in overtime as well. They kind of lose grasp of the balance, you know. 12-12, they just made a massive comeback into the game. First round on the CT side, they go for the aggression again, and it's calculated, it's good, it's with great effect as well. Dukes gets an opening, then you have 2 players in middle, also getting a kill here on Demon. You have a 5v3. At this point, you fall back. I don't know what Dukes are doing right here. There's no point whatsoever in showing. No point whatsoever in doing that. X-Floud, Demon decides to go for a peek here as well. X-Floud with a bit of a lazy clear, doesn't check the corner. Both of them gets nailed down. You had a 5v3 in a winning position. You just made a massive comeback into this half, and the first thing you do is completely drop the ball. That's inexperience, and it's not good enough.
You have Spirit on the ropes as well. You just made the comeback. Like, they're struggling to find solutions. You killed Dong in the back. Like, that's how lost they were at the beginning of that round. And the B push doesn't happen if Jukes doesn't die. So he really, that's completely unnecessary. You got the job done. The pressure is on Spirit, and you just gave them an easy solution in that round.
Here's a final look at Tanir's stats from game number 2. We're all knotted up after Foot took their map choice. It was up to Spirit to punch back. We thought it'd be Donk leading the scoreboard every single game. Instead, it's the other rifle they bring in to beef up this roster. Guys, I was actually talking to some folks off screen, and they were asking, if I wanted to buy a Counter-Strike squad, how much do I need to invest, ballpark, for a team like Team Spirit?
A lot of money. I don't know the exact number, but we're talking
7 figures?
3 million.
Yeah, 5 million. I'd even say, you know, if you get Dong in the mix as well, it's going to be very expensive.
And then if I want to buy Foot, how much do I have to scrap up? Can me and my friends in the Acor all pull 5 together?
Yeah, that's
that seems
10,
way too cheap.
10, then you're going to cover it.
All right, we're going to talk some numbers with the financiers later. For now, Foot Esports is looking to claim the EWC title. They're knotted up 1-1 against Spirit, and we still have at least 2 more games to go. It's going to be a party here in the Aco Arena, and we appreciate you all joining in. Thank you, guys, and don't go anywhere, because I was just told after this, We have a man, a myth, a mountain here in the Acor Arena.
Девять убил.
Один мид, у нас
Один
два,
красный.
у нас два. Убил мид.
Один красного. Фурия, фурия. 1-8 у меня. 50-й, 50-й, ребят. Ласт у меня 8 был. Пацаны, убил.
Play is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower. Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it. Kadir City, powered by play.
I'm in the arena, I'm in the thick of it as all the action goes down. I'm trying to find out who is going to be MVP here at the Esports World Cup. My man, tell me, who's going to win that MVP?
Unfortunately, I think it's Donk. Yeah, I love Zero, but Donk. Axflord! Axflord! Let's go!
Let's go!
Donk.
Donk?
Yeah.
Cemetery.
Cemetery, let's go!
Let's go.
I think maybe Donk.
Donk?
Absolutely Donk.
Maybe Xcloud.
Maybe extra?
Because of the cash performance. But we will see. Maybe it will be Donk.
Maybe Donk, maybe Exile. I like it. Thank you very much. Enjoy the show.
Donk.
Donk?
It has to be Donk. Everything he's done beforehand, you have to give him an MVP now.
Send the knife. Oh, look at this. Wow.
Donk for sure.
Xcloud. Jiggles. I don't know. Yeah, why not?
Jugs. Jugs. I like it.
Donk.
Donk. Donk.
MVP of this tournament. Maybe Demon?
Donk, obviously. Donk.
Donk. Yeah, obviously.
Cemetery or Demon?
Yeah, Demon for me. Oh, Donk for sure.
Donk for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be Donk.
Donk, of course.
Donk, of course. She says it with a smile on her face. What if Foot win?
I will go with nah, I don't think they will win.
Oh, okay. She's not accepting it. She's only accepting Donk. Let's see what happens at the end of the tournament.
This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. You see my name in the lights. Better get right, I'm champion.
But for us, what we are doing, we have like data scientists that check fine data. We have, coach that are looking things, and we have a panel where we also judge the trash talk of the players when they are joining Vitality.
Great.
Apex is part of it. Definitely is the chief, is the CEO of trash talk, of course. So he's making this grassroots talents, on. And I think it's the next content for.
Need to teach a bit of Rocket League.
We will make a video for sure with him judging people doing this. And if it's weak, I can tell you that he will not be pleased.
I love it. I love it.
Guys in pit, they're low. Roger that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Mesdames et messieurs, nous avons une surprise pour vous ici à Paris. Je pense que vous allez reconnaître ce visage, cette figure immense, légendaire. We have Gregor Clegane, the mountain from Game of Thrones. Here, Haftor Bjornsson is with us in Paris to watch the top level of Counter-Strike. Mesdames et messieurs, pour la montagne, faites du bruit! Haftor, obviously it's a pleasure to have you here at the arena. I don't want to get in trouble with you, but what are you doing here? Can you tell us?
Yeah, I'm just enjoying Counter-Strike, some great Counter-Strike. It's a lot of fun being here. I'm a huge fan of the game. Played the game a lot when I was younger, and during COVID I got back into it, and I'm absolutely loving it.
And it's absolutely a pleasure to have you, right, Ian?
Yeah, it is. Haftor, listen, you mentioned it there, but how much have you played Counter-Strike in your years of gaming?
That's a great question. I gotta look up the hours, but yeah, probably a lot. You know, I remember myself playing a lot when I was younger. Obviously life got into the way and I, stopped playing, but got back into it during COVID. And I love the game. I love watching the game and I'm having a lot of fun here.
You're a good player?
Am I a good player? I'll say it this way. Compared to those guys, I'm not.
Well, I've got to ask, you mentioned these guys here, right? It's your very first ever huge esports event. What do you make of this? What do you think of it all?
This is awesome. I love the crowd. I love the, it's great. I'm having the best time of my life.
When you talk about pressure, you know what pressure looks like. You're a world's strongest man, I think, in 2018. What do you think is more stressful? A huge deadlift or a 1v2?
Ooh, that's a great question. For me, because I have so much experience lifting weights, probably 1v1 in Counter-Strike.
A 1v1?
Yes, a top in a pressure game like this, when everything's on the line, you're competing for the Esports World Cup champion, for the first place. That's very stressful.
It is very stressful, and I've got to ask, the grand final is going on as we speak. As soon as those players come back out here, they get right back into the action. You might have heard the fans have got a favourite team here, but who do you think is going to win the grand final and why?
So I'll tell you guys this. Before I came here, I was rooting for Vitality. Obviously, Spirit kicked them out, I love a big underdog team, so let's go Feud. Let's go.
Okay, he's going for Foot. Huge reaction here. What have you got coming up in the future, by the way? Just as we wrap this up, is there anything we can look forward to seeing from you?
Yeah, well, I'm still competing. I'm 37 years old, so I'm about to retire in strength sports, but I actually have a competition coming up now, September 5th. And then more acting in the future.
Can you give us one more flex before we throw away from you? Do you mind? Ladies and gentlemen, give it up! Faites du bruit for Haftor!
We're going to see if we can turn this grand final into a mountain, because both teams, so far, so good. They managed to convert their map picks. Now into the third, can Spirit break serve? 10 straight wins on Ancient. That's the question. I also have a question for the crowd. Paris, écoutez-moi. I've been hearing you. You've inspired me. I think you go something like... All right, I like this. I'm curious, are we still cheering for Foot? Or are we really hoping for a good close game on our third? It is all to play for here at the Esports World Cup 2026. CT start for Spirit.
In the pistol, this could be faster. Red smoke out the rib. 4 men stacking B. Just Zontix in red, and they're fast down mid. They're going to pipe straight into him.
Yeah, they just want to fight Zontix. He'll fall back, understands the possibility, falls into CT, cover from Tanir, relays the info. He'll turn tail. Temple.
If Zontix hits anything here, this is huge. 1 kill, it's enough.
Yeah, he's a man surrounded. Noted by Krabeni. Good headshot. Jug's dead on the swing. Demon trading. Bomb planting. All through Donut. Xcloud's been waiting for this, and he's found Donk cleanly. Getting the molly out of his hand is something. Makes life difficult for Magix in the fight. Goes down from the grave. Xcloud, nice find. Good output. Demon's taken his place as well. Really hard for Spirit to win this one. Symmetry, the insurance policy. Good headshot, Tanir's gone. Shiro falls. Another pistol next to Foot's name.
Well, another one to the tally there. Racking them up now. It's 4 out of the 5 played with Spirit only getting 1. So they're going to have to do this the hard way again. Zontix, he got his one. But Indona having this extra util. Magic's with the kit and the smoke going down. See if they've got the longevity here to take this series the distance. Talking about breaking serve, yeah, it'd have to be breaking Spirit's win streak on this map. Foot are comfortable on Ancient, it's a brawly one. Demon searching straight up B ramp, and their own molly.
It's a map that certainly suits their style of play.
Considering moving that, but against the lighter buy. Not the optimal move. They still have a handful of smokes. They've applied a lot of pressure. They've forced out block smokes early. That's a win within itself, and Coolio will be happy that his boys haven't braved the smoke for no reason. An A-main push taking shape. So Shiro and Zontix trying to inform this stack over towards B for now. Jugs doing the same, looking for a way out in case.
Ooh, missed shot from Donk. Takes a couple of attempts onto Demon, just the tip of his balaclava visible ramp.
Well, this is risky for Jugs, right? Having to play forward on your own. If you lose this Galil, you might just walk into a 1v1 in one of these nooks and crannies, but pathing back now, rerouting. Oh, and the flash, that's enough. They're just darting quickly.
Quick reaction as the Jugs is there to stop towards Shiro's rotation. Zontix is there on site, and he does find a perfect first second as well. Great output from Zontix so far. Jugs on this rotation does get spotted. Donk.
Jugs is in trouble.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble. Oh, over the top of the box. Magic's 5-7, gonna run at him. Finds himself the upgrade, finds himself the first of the clutch. Symmetry, oh, just Symmetry, peeks in on the reload. You have to be brave to go for that one.
Well, you think there's just one, there's always more with Foot ready to trade and swing off each other at every moment. Now, that was very close. Sure, the bomb was down. It was a 1v1 at the end, and there'll be some partial investments again out of Spirit. Saw Donk yesterday from this same position with a Deagle get a double kill on a Deagle. Well, he's got one of those again. They've even got smokes and HEs into the mix. So, no easy rounds given to Foot. Looks like they want to shift gear. All 5 grouped up. It may just be a B rush.
Graveni pays a heavy price to play.
Magic's is across. They did Brolin and a secondary molly, so maybe not expecting, but I don't have that info. X-Blood searches now.
Yeah, just up the ram, the smokes obscure the long and short chip-ins. It's just going to be that cave fight for Tanir. Smoke break. There's Tanir spotted. X-Blood relays and loads. Perfect fight. Straight bullets connecting, but Graveni removing Magic's should ensure it.
Those explosive moments always fun to watch from Foot. See how quick it all comes together as falls apart for Spirit on the light pistol investment.
It's so apparent when they get that go sign. You know, it's just 0 to 100.
U2 lands perfectly. The pathing's there. They definitely in the lab. No lack of theory for this team as Zontix hoping to get something on the way out the door. Shiro, Donk, and Tanir yet to get going, but again, it's early stages. It's damage, which goes down. Zontix another to the tally. It's 3-0. Bit of a bonus in some ways for Foot. Actually, no, I take that back because they only had one player stay alive. Not at all. It just means that there is the carry through of a Mac 10. Shiro gets his AWP. Has the red smoke lined up. There was smoke early from Spirit as well. That's going to make it much harder to get the Brolin molly in. Look at the pace on Crabman, just right up in their face in cave. They're going to want to deal with him. They're going to pop out mid.
Yeah, and they're going to try and catch that timing with Donk looking the wrong way. It's hard to get past Donk. He did a full mag dump though, so onto the USP! How is he still alive? Look what it cost them just to get mid access. Spots the tip of Magic's head. It goes both ways though, and a dink already connected onto the helmet of Graveni. Finished off cleanly by Magic's, but Mad Donk recently got a penchant for the M4A1. Less bullets, dumps them all, and still finds the opportunity for a second kill.
Timing there looked like it was going to go against him. Just peered back in time, and then Cavalry very late coming out of that smoke. Not timed with the flashes, just as I was talking about that explosive polish. This one lacks it. Next one shows the frustrations. There's smoke, down smoke, red smoke, telling them they really want to fight middle right now. That molly's missed, the elbow smoke as well.
It's a fight on B ramp. Just chaining these flashes for Magics to go have a look. Ooh, over the top.
Yeah, just palmed through their own smoke, did Donk. From middle, up the heavens, through the smoke to get the cave space, and Krebeni down.
Yeah, it came as a bit of a surprise to Krebeni, and they've got to try and get some pressure onto Cave. Okay, missed AWP shot from Shiro. Nade chasing him down. That's very little. Replenish red.
Stayed on board with Zontix. He's been very hefty on the clear, so not wary if anybody's out A yet, but now has confirmed that this break will be late and suboptimal.
Yeah.
Action on Zontix.
Feels like he's always good for at least the one. Makes his position and whereabouts noted. Post plant advantage Spirit.
Late rotation from Magix, who's expecting a lurk, but he joins the party now. There's a kit, there's a smoke and a couple of flashes.
Knows that single flash is going to get him out temple. Here it comes, the retake from Spirit attempt. Xbow brings the fight to them. A one and done. Tanir trades. Cemetery just a Tech 9 versus the M4. Good one back from Shiro. It's going to come down to the 1-on-2. If he could just get Tanir off that bomb, he's on it. Somehow, some way, he's gotten away with the defuse on the low HP. A single bullet from Demon would have done it. Spirit steal it. Last second retake, defuse comes through.
Touch and go again, not an easy retake at all.
No, sir.
They were proactive as well on the T side, right? Their flash comes through at the same time. They counter flash to stop the CTs, getting this for free, and Shiro, worst weapon for the job, still finds the frag.
He stood in front of him, the bodyguard, caught that last stray bullet.
With the eco now.
Crazy amount of space, isn't it?
I think you'd call off this A play for now, because Krebeni's going to hear a lot of rotations from this position. So if Spirit aren't careful, the sound cues could give them away. Setup has Shiro's AWP trained on middle. Obviously the leak out heaven is a possibility he has to acknowledge. Door smoke from Tanir, but with the position of Krebeni, it would be surprising for the CTs to be so far forward, so they might just waltz through this. They also have the time to wait it out.
Straight through.
Yeah, it makes sense. I think the fact that you have all this room, you can just group up and pounce.
That's the plan. He's hearing the jump spots. Krebeni makes his presence known, attention drawn, but now they're up long. Are they ready for this? No, Jugs catches him off guard. And now with two in the feed, awkward for Spirit, reeling. So much pressure onto the B site and now channeled into Speedway. They're calling on Dong, saying we need something. But a Tech 9 bullet can put him down. Stands his ground. Demon Steeg does it. There's Jugs. Shiro's on retreat. Foot just came in with some unarmored pistols, and Krebeni takes a risk through cave, finds the space. And they've stolen one away from Spirit.
Pick up what they can here, hoovering up all of the guns and Yuto as they can on the way out the door, but this round is tough to explain because Spirit also will have known that they'd given up that cave control. The only thing they weren't aware about is the fact that they knew it was essentially a retake setup out the gates. So that little bit of information and the way that they've decided to take these duels. Krebeni shows himself first, so action is on cave. It allows the scaling of the ramp players, and then there's that surprise. So this is a very bad round for Spirit to lose. Usually have a very good lid on things, and Tanir's expression says it all. The timeout at the follow-up Shows the real ramifications of that moment. And then they're by, worse for wear. Magic's with an MP9, Tenier with a Deagle. An AWP and 2 M4s. So that's a mystery for them. They're not going to know that that's how Krebeni got that info by being there so early. They have no way being able to piece that together, at least now. Donk, he's just sat up straight. His body language there coming into this.
Ended up fight. There they go now. Jugs leads the charge. X-Flat for the trade potential. They're looking for Donk. They're looking for Donk. One and done. Jugs the double up. Tenier's gone. Ooh, low HP Magics. He does manage to balance things out, evens the scales. And talking of scaling, you're going straight to red. Demon slips through. The rest partner up for a cave clear.
Sure, we'll have to acknowledge this in a moment. In limbo between ramp and cave, pathing back. If he can get into a retake position, he can shut this down.
He's going to have a look. It's the perfect weapon, but the wrong result.
3 in the round for Jugs.
Crazy output in middle. Starts there, ends on B. They've still got Demon parked here. Gonna get cleared. Zontic's a free frag, and there's a denial from Magix. At least leaves with an AK-47, but absolutely no intention to play for this.
Last one was masterful by Foot and a little bit puzzling by Spirit. Here there was missed util. Tenier in red, he goes to throw his smoke, he bangs it off the wall, it just comes back and lands at his feet. So Donk swinging out essentially dry in that moment. And that might be explaining a bit of the body language we're seeing from the man right now. Psychology, but that is still 5 for Foot. 3-round gap. And a big smile on Symmetry's face. They are happy with how this one's unfolding so far. Small back to the safe haven in the pocket. Just will retain the AK. You imagine that is immediately dropped to Donk. Which is meant to give you that moment where Jugs is blind in transition, stuck at the box, and then Donk has the advantage on the fight, but that's not to be the case. So, loss bonus, 2900 into the next. They are just going to slightly upgrade around this. Donk's been gifted that, and go in for an A probe. Gonna get X-Flat out mid. Donk's in the right place.
That one rifle, Magix puts it into Donk's hands. Looks as though Foot are going to be run in to test him.
He has to play ahead of the donut smoke if he wants to contribute. It's too late now.
No, not for Donk. Ooh, that's deadly! Quick 2 onto the double Ds. Jugs and Demon done.
Excellent to A. Rotation on the way over now.
X-Flat's coming for it. Can Donk post a third? He's already delivered. Oh, and he continues to just demolish. A 2-on-4. Donk worse for wear. Symmetry cops a bit of shrapnel. Krebeni searches. And Symmetry, loud about this, draws attention, notes Tenier's position, takes heavy damage, hoping to set up Krebeni. Out towards CT, now alone. Donk, this rifle, well placed, well invested, and some hard hits. Good clear from Krebeni, opens up the path to B. Magix could and should get to the ramp in time. Plan obscured though from it. Can Krebeni do anything with this? Doesn't hit that first burst, buying time as they close the gap. It's Donk on that low HP, could close this down. Krebeni would need to double his kills. Spam through the smoke by Magix, secures it. That is the Donk factor.
I can't believe he gets those 2 kills, right? That donut smoke is landing. He's literally playing in it as it plumes. That is insane. And he's just going, okay, no, I will use it as a shroud of cover to get these kills just before. Blinking, you miss it. Donk doubles up. Cognizant of that lurk out middle, and they're going to steal one back. So the Tech 9 round, here we get it again. Right, smoke's landing. I'm thinking, okay, he's not going to be far enough ahead. Just the perfect timing, of course. Never doubt Donk. And I'm reminding myself. So Foot, just as they were starting to string some rounds together. Ooh. Okay. Halley. Putting Tenier here. Trying to get a bit more out of him. You can see him showing a little bit of dismay.
It's not flowing for him as easy as it did on Anubis. Spirit's top performer in their equalizer.
Well, now they've got 3 AK-47s. That's a real boon. Thank you very much to Donk. And I guess thank you very much to Magics for dropping him that AK-47. He's the game leader. Sets up the superstar. And he delivers in a big way. You win this one, Spirit. You get a chance to tie the game up. It'll have to be a foot eco going into the next. Their funds waning.
xCloud tries his luck, but there's a flash waiting for him on the other side of that smoke. Zontix sets himself up for the opener. Nice little underhand push. Krebeni up the ramp, and Tanir's in the off angle, wasn't ready in the cubby. One by one they fall. A whole lot more for Cemetery to deal with now. Can't get the bomb. Lost on the wrong side of the incendiary. Magix has overstepped the mark, and the trade's not there with the crouch.
He can play now.
Now Jugs catches Donk looking the wrong way. Important find, shutting down Cemetery, put it all onto Jugs. And through the smoke, he's taking heavy flak. 5 HP, returns the fire. Puts Tanir down. On this HP, Zontix, it should just be a formality for him. Yeah, catches him with his back turned. Spirit will make it a one-round game, 2 consecutive for the CT side.
From a macro level, that setup right there that we've just seen, I think is quite telling of the prep for Spirit coming into this, expecting a lot of those ramp plays, walks, or pops. And that's why in other rounds, we've seen them forego cave a little bit more. So once we get into the next gun round, which will be in 1 round's time, we'll see if they do something more cave-centric to shut that down, expecting Krebeni to try and find that path of least resistance. So 5-4, P250 and a Deagle. $1,000 invested, that's it. And this one's an oldie but a goldie. You go B, I'll plan A.
But you do need the Jugs Deeg to do some convincing if you hope to see an open A-bomb site.
Very tough to be able to make this work at the best of times. It's always good on a train, not on the map pool right now. You know, rush inside, the bomb comes out, Ivy, get that plant down, or vice versa. This one, you've got Tanir short side, he can pad his stats right here. Takes the exchange. Takes in enough, they'll go search elsewhere. Donk jiggling from Donut.
Magic's getting overwhelmed by the multiple numbers. Good adjustment. Where's the bomb?
Nope.
Zontix is here. Don't you worry, I haven't moved a muscle, he says. In the server and in his face.
Okay. 3 straight now. Taking a look at who has the best spawn. 4K, is either Jugs or Krebeni. In the Cemetery, could try their luck out middle. What's the call? Two players on foot without head armor behind these AKs.
Damn, really prioritizing the weaponry. Oh, and they're going to lose bodies early. Cemetery doing the flashbang dance. Down to Donk. Demon trading and out of the elbow smoke. So is mid flying the foot flag? It looks like it is. xCloud loses the bomb. Didn't anticipate Magix to have already progressed down the ramp. Now bomb is lost. Oh, and Krebeni catching heavy damage. Magic's paranoid about that unsmoked double door.
Give them the bomb here, allowing them to pick this back up.
They're already worse for wear. And Magix confirms presence on the ramp. Bomb retrieved.
Shiro was just worried about Heaven for a moment, but has to respect the possibility for that A-walk. So he's given up all this mid-space. That's the mystery for Spirit right now. They're not to know that everybody's just still got the bus parked outside B lane. 4 foot. There's 2 smokes to the finish as we get a cave boost. Tanir mounts the box, and those smokes thrown in.
Krebeni notes the setup. Forces the dismount, but it's Magix with precision on display here. He is delivering in the frags. Quick one back from Demon. See the headshot potential on this guy. Ooh, Tanir holds his nerve to the Jugs push. There's a fake from Demon. Holds out the incendiary. Zontix spotted. He does nail the headshot, but get out of this one if you can. Shiro has missed. 1 HP, 1 bullet versus 2. Getting the plant is the achievement. Good luck, have fun, mate. Yeah, Shiro just runs it in with the P250, and it will be Spirit taking the lead after this run.
I think right there, the fact they get the bomb down, that's huge. That's going to give them something a whole lot more competitive for this final round of the half.
4 consecutive.
So on the back foot, the entirety of that round, salvaging this was at least something.
Flashes, but no action. Quick reaction to the red smoke, and that's the spam they were hoping to punish. Zontix does well to take out Xcloud. Wait, this is a gap. No one was acknowledging this potential. I think they both thought the other had it. Bomb was spotted there on the radar. Shiro noted the presence. Jugs overlooks Tanir. Playing at the back of the bomb site. They know both of them were on A, and so you can see Demon just knife out, accelerating to throw a speedway smoke. Doesn't want to overcook here.
Forces them through middle. Demon's playing this very well.
Right, this pivot, ahead of the play. Oh, Tanir does get away with his life for the first exchange. Demon sticking around is ballsy. Symmetry understandably cautious. Staying together is Tanir and Shiro. Symmetry, responsible for the ramp walk. They will divide in attempt to conquer. Audible is Shiro. Attention drawn. Demon responsible for the cave push. That's the fight. Tanir finds the headshot. Good night, Symmetry. Demon.
Not planning for him.
Can he run him down in time? I think he should be good for this. The Glock head tries to cut through. Gets Tanir off the bomb. No time. All tied up. Jabari style, map 3.
Behind molly, yes. First.
I have first contact.
I'm staying on dragon, guys. He will fuck them after. Hi, Demon, please. I'm staying on dragon. I can.
Speaking one behind pillar, one, only one.
Left side. Left side close. Nice! Let's go!
КТ ворвал. Андрей, смог на трупе моем.
Штаны! Не убил. Штаны взял.
Андрей, у тебя дым.
Штаны убил. Не пусть.
Киты на трупе. Перед ним встать. Перед ним встать. Я, братан, не помню, просто смог кончить.
Умничка.
Dead even, inseparable. Our foot and Spirit. We've swapped sides here on the third map of our grand final for the EWC Counter-Strike. The question remains, though, can Spirit keep this win streak going? You said 10?
10 straight at the moment. Looking for number 11 right here, right now. Pistol rounds have been eluding them in the series so far, but we've still had very close halves of play. 2 being 6-6, 1 being a 7-5.
I'm still reflecting on that last round, the way Demon played it. It is so difficult to see Spirit convert. Let's see what the attacker Spirit has in store for us, because Magix has been calling up a storm throughout this tournament. Their T-sides, especially on Ancient, have been very, very effective.
Magic's being left with the smokes. Likely the standard donut and CT. Molly on Shiro, maybe big box, but over towards B. Lane's been taken. Information flows and rotation needs to get there in time.
Yeah, reminiscent of Anubis, a wide open A bomb site. This time a kit and a smoke on Krebeni. Jugs confirms the gap has closed. Temple Occupado.
Shiro's held on to this Molly.
Flub Flash won't fight.
Smoke of the kit on Krabeni, that's the difference maker.
It's time to play. Xcloud to lead the charge on those dual Berettas. Double on the box. Wow, crazy. You see Zontics go down first. Quick clear from Cemetery. He's finding good output, but so are Team Spirit. And Demon goes down with the ship as well. Good find. Glocks just start to unload from every angle as you emerge.
Okay, that's Spirit's second pistol of the series. Splitting them here on Ancient. Force by back front foot will be there. This could get very sketchy if you're Spirit in this moment. There's going to be comms going crazy, there's smokes, there's bullets, there's everything. You want to take the fight, not just play on that sound cue of the defuse.
They want to go Aggie Cave. Krabeni throws the flashes to get him out. Xcloud's going to clear. Does Tanir have vision in time? Starts to unload. Knows the push is coming, but that is first blood for Foot. Oh my god, they're running past him? They surely will consider this Demon. No way, they're all absolutely unaware. The temptation to pull the trigger, get that bomb down. He will. One tap to the back of the head. Cemetery dead to Donk. Krabeni playing around the smoke. Donk's got a good read for this. Just looks away though. He's human after all. Zontics and Magix partner up. A meeting of the minds to make a 2v4 go 2v2. Demon spotted. He gets the info. Knows he's got Zontics cornered. They're going to run at him. Good work. Gets output. Demon healthy. Charges in to make it a 1v1. The bomb down on A still, but where did he go? Magix missing.
Hearing him.
Demon reading. This one's about to get funky. 45 on the clock.
Magic's not moving a muscle. Seconds now. Ammo a problem for Demon. HP a problem for both.
So he's got 4 bullets and Magix has 25 health. He just can't miss.
Time's starting to become the problem now. 15 seconds on the clock.
The smoke is everything for Magix.
10 seconds, Magix, you gotta go.
Demon could play this, just has to deny the plant, and Magic's right in front of him. Easy pick for Demon, a clutch, another clutch attributed to Demon to keep Foot fighting. Spirit got the pistol, no problem. We got the second round force buy converted.
This is the man that was in main behind him at the start of the round, right? The fact that he's able to get all that information. He's enjoying the spotlight. Just as the bomb spilled out and the chaos ensues, this nade dunked on his head. Zontics doing an awful lot there, but Magix has to plant, has no choice. The clock's against him. And Coolio likes the way that one feels. Spirit forced by back without a plan of their own.
Donk's going looking. You know,
toes.
This Desert Eagle can do work. Xcloud, they're gonna run at him. He's done well. Completely denies Donk any output. At least Shiro there for the trade. It's Jugs trying to block any sort of burst out of Donut, and they'll have to respect that smoke. Krabeni's got their exit. They're in the hurt locker now. No good option. Rifle's keeping you at range. That smoke gives them something to play around. Who moves first? Zontics announces A main. Jugs goes looking, catches Tanir in transition, now running at Zontics as Tech9 versus Jugs' MP9. Just chipping away at Spirit, leaving them with nothing. Magix, some hope. Oh, but denied by Krabeni. Threatening from Team Spirit, but regardless, they weather the storm.
Yeah, a bit of comfort now for Foot. Eco up next. It's tough when you're boxed in there, throwing that CT smoke, the initial, hoping to get a fight pushed out from middle. But this game plan from Spirit, we saw it on Anubis down the stretch. Once they get the room, once they feel like they forced that rotation, they just hit the brakes and they hope that Foot plays into them. Put a cotton onto that now, and they're happy to sit back and allow you to make the first move. T-side, the other one's on the clock. Sig denied. Krabeni finds the opener, does up an awful lot of HP for that, but it's all good. This is just now a couple of Glocks of P250 and the Deagle to get past. Hard to see this one go wrong. That first half of play, Spirit were dominating in the openers. So every one that Foot can get does start to alleviate a little bit more pressure. Nuke up next. Tough map for Foot. Yeah, he's gone down. Look, this side, they're going to give it a go, but not moving the muscle, right? Is Jug's still here?
Just so long as he doesn't get Glock headshotted here.
This man will be healthy. You worry about that, Jugs. He eats ecos like that for breakfast. And a 7-2 round gap. And you would love this under your belt if you're Coolio. You know, with Nuke around the corner, you've lost it 8 straight times. It's not going to be easy going up against Spirit. So to avoid the consequence of being defeated 3-1 in this final, get yourself a map to the good. Know that Nuke might not go your way. And then Mirage, that's really a Foot specialty. It's fair enough not wanting to play out on Spirit until that 5th and final map. Making good on Cash and now looking to do the same here on Ancient. I mentioned not breaking serve. Might be breaking the streak of Spirit on this very map.
10 consecutive Ancient wins for Spirit. A grand final versus this rising power in Foot. Biff on mid. xCloud gonna have his work cut out for him if Donk did commit, but actually elects to play back.
There's nobody in spawn to throw flashes, right? So they're definitely not going to give that one a go. It's heavy towards the B lane right now. Spirit against Legacy didn't have any issues getting mid control, and then that meant their late B plays and their fakes were deadly. Six flashed in to get back this A main control. That's guaranteed as another elbow smoke will land. It's more of Spirit trying to control this tempo.
It's one hell of a headshot to start.
17th for Magix. He's putting in a shift right now.
Yeah, not only calling, but playing a good game.
xCloud's cooled off since map 1.
Certainly. In his place, Demon and Jugs having a good Ancient.
And this pace becomes more agonizing now that you're down a man. So going to split. It's going to leave one man, Krabeni, the leader, over towards B, while the rest of them batten down the hatches on A, and that's where the bomb's hitting. There's no time to rotate back now.
Ooh, even better. Gets better for Team Spirit.
Magic's going to call the site clear, but they can't rotate back. They have to go A.
Yeah, they're running into this Demon setup. Cemetery, he's all here as well. Demon will back away, kept at bay by the Flame. 13 seconds, Spirit. I know you like to run the clock down, but we're getting a little sketchy. 8 on the clock, and the frags come in just in time. Crazy.
We're not getting the most exciting tempo to the game at all, but they aren't buzzer beater type of team here, round after round, at least against Foot.
Just that slow crawl.
And when you send somebody out as a probe into the site, it's meant to be with time left on the clock. Magic's going, okay, well now I have to hold W, try and get there behind to try and contribute to this round. I know my team are going into a stack. So Spirit back on the board, 9-8. Can win out the money with this one here, Spirit.
Just listen to that cacophony of utility. The start of Ancient. It's the CTs that are left with very few.
And the respect, not getting drawn into Foot's game, that heads-up Counter-Strike. throw the early openers, allow them to use their nades back, and then slink into this silently in the Shroud of Darkness. Spirit have gotten this control.
And one response is to go looking for answers.
Goes down here.
Shiro with the bomb as well. Jiggle baits out that orb shot. Magic's ready for Krebeni. Oh, what? Didn't find the kill. Krebeni gets away with murder. Able to pivot back to the site now. Look at this, a spanner in the works. Zontic slips behind enemy lines undetected.
Has to go so deep to find Jugs.
So Tanir parks it, bomb on Shiro, moves to this open site. I say open, it is still Jugs in donut.
Oh, he's just parked out. He's just parked out.
Zontix doesn't know. Oh, he does now. An audible back pedal. Krebeni still finds the lurk on Tanir. It's weird. Zontix can catch some rotations here. Demon ahead of his expectations. Beautifully handled. Just the right timing to get that with zero resistance. Shiro's gone. We've got double digits for Foot. Sure, cash. But to do it on Ancient.
Yeah, there's so much trickery within these rounds here that Spirit's hoping for. It's tough to play against, but not making it look that way off Foot. Finding these gaps, or at least they think they have them, and just so little time. This margin for error is none.
Last chance for Halley concluded.
Next round, 2,400 loss bonus. This one's already compromised. Next round will be even less if they can't convert this, and then the game will go with it. So an important round now for Spirit. Halley knows it. They have to be able to convert this one.
What plan has Magic's concocted with the help of Halley? Immediate smokes on A.
Just to draw the rotation, they're going to try and walk out mid.
Jugs does audibly retreat, and just as Krebeni was trying to take to the hold, oh, donk happens! Quick on the follow-up, catches X-Cloud's trade attempt. Donk just has the question if anyone else wants to try and flush him out. He's burrowed in the box. We'll go looking. Jugs has a good idea that that's what's up. Incendiary could secure it. Cemetery finding Shiro. They can equalize. This could be that 3-on-3, but Donk still takes one. Standing in the flames, controls the spray.
We might get into a bomb site with more than 20 seconds left on the clock. Zontix leaks out Demon.
Ooh.
Can't deal with him.
Good shot.
Now it's Cemetery. They know where the AWP was. B's open for business. Molly will announce the presence. Bomb's going to get punched in. 40 seconds on the clock. And Cemetery, can you save? I was talking about that loss bonus. 1,400. He's going to have to retain this. This is agonizing back and forth down the stretcher as the close of this map's going to come through. So Halley successful on his final timeout. Cemetery retains the AWP. 3 AKs for Spirit, and thank you very much, Donk. Gets out middle, finds that impact. They threw the fake, they did exactly what they needed to do, and Donk timing through the smoke. Krebeni not looking. Follow up there, and the third. Masterful, as Donk has found them another multi-kill with an AK. Sure, on the T side, but don't forget that first half of play, Magic saves one, drops it to him, and that's where they started to get some impact going on their defense.
Oh, he is the fire starter to any momentum we see out of Spirit.
Shiro was very good yesterday on this map. He hasn't been able to get going in the same way, especially with the AWP. This feels like a crunch moment for Foot. They save the AWP, they can get an M4 and X-Cloud, a couple of 5.7s, there's a Famus. Enough utility to at least go for the blocks on the opening. They can smoke elbow. Get that cave utility in to disallow the easy path towards heaven. Julio found success in the same way Halley did. Braver from Donk, he knows a little bit lighter on in the bind, not going to be as much utility.
You want to talk about Brave? I think Jugs is off in position in A main is exactly that. Donk noted by xCloud. Cemetery completely departs. Does look like Spirit will investigate.
Do you clear this though?
It looks like Zontix is really switched on for this clear. Look at him go, just so mechanical. Didn't clear it properly. Alphas is saved from Jugs! 1 fine, 2 sure, 3 out of Jugs on the FAMAS. When his team needed it most. The bank balance was broken. They scrape together what they can, and Jugs puts it to good use. An aggressive angle, overlooked, and he slays 3.
Can be found tip. Donk can pick this up. Expecting Jugs to hang around. Donut smoke dipped in. Jugs is going to play through this to get that space. Magic's now joining Donk. 35 seconds. Mid's about to be called clear. That means B lane, not a problem either. Cemetery, you can finish this one off.
It's a perfect angle for the AWP if they do commit A. That's an if.
Yep, they are doing everyone's favorite 4-letter word here.
Demon's got no reason not to have a look. Oh, ducks under the crosshair. Just Magix with the response.
Take him after time. You want to keep saving, take this away. Throw another body at it.
He'd be left with nothing, like a grand in the bank. No AK. They want their own.
Yeah, it makes sense.
They want their own. I'll
just feel with these saves, you want to turn the screws.
Yeah, there's the man of the moment. Jugs on screen.
Last 4 rounds, we've gone back and forth, tip for tap. No one able to break into consecutive rounds, and if Foot do, the game should go with it. With a FAMAS, the fact that Gooch comes through as well, and then they line up the desperation for the trade. And Zontix, he was considering it, just wouldn't go deep enough on the clear. So the unnatural conversation continues. B-Rush.
Pace, look at this. Donk just charging. Ooh, shot down, our Spirit. They thought they could just take it whenever they wanted. Instead, Foot with a 2-man advantage. And they know where the last 2 are. Someone boosted him on the box.
Well, again, we get to see Spirit give us a tour of Ancient's T-spawn. Finally, they change the pace. They move away from this slow roll. They go for the B-Rush, thinking Foot might get a little bit lazy with their protocols out the gate, and that is not the case. Zontix and Shiro, I don't think you've got too much of a chance in this one.
Demon welcomes the exchange.
Oh, that's not a nice smoke.
No, that does completely change his angle.
And given option of approach right now.
Understandably going to fall back out of that.
Well, the time on this, they're quicker than I think is expected.
Zontix catches wind. Molotovs should buy them enough space for Shiro to get that bomb punched in. A 2 versus 4. Now 1, just Shiro to fall. xCloud combines. It's Demon with a beautiful 3K. Completely shuts down this pace change out of Spirit.
Yeah, Demon's the one that I'm turning my attention to. Right, it's that play on that 4 spike, which destabilized Spirit. They haven't been able to get multiple rounds together in consecutive fashion on this T side. They're ready for the B-Rush. No doubt about it. They can light work at that. As soon as Donk goes down, that one's done. And Tania has been showing clear signs of frustration throughout this map of play.
It's been a while since they felt this much pressure on Ancient.
One more round in their break. Spirit's winning streak on Ancient. Then they're going to have to deal with their own lost streak, Foot, on Nuke coming up next. 8 consecutive L's.
Still though, Donk's not done. Strides out middle, missed red smoke, not going to cost him. He still gets out to his box. Krebeni and Demon want answers early, and they're going to get it. It's a little suspiciously quiet in the B lane. xCloud's going to be feeling imminent pressure. Cemetery 2. Gets to the angle red. Magic's, though, too fast for him. Incendiary run through! Off! Magic's! Takes down the AWPer, equips it himself. Now awkward for the donut players. Hits the flick up. Jux is gone. Magic's doing everything. He is a man determined. Ancient's not done, he says.
Krabeni's quick on this flank.
Oh, Donk found Demon. Yeah, Krabeni, sure. I feel like Magic's has done enough. Starts the round with a Tech 9. Leaves with 3, potentially 4 kills.
No, rubbish those CT incendiaries are these days, aren't we? Just see it drop the floor and straight through it. So Magic's more impact from him. He's been putting in a shift, 23 kills deep now.
That just looked like deathmatch. Gun game.
Get out of there, trying to make up for some of his teammates up struggle street.
Follow my lead, he says.
Right when it looked like Foot had done it, they'd broken through with consecutive. Magix makes a play, but does he have to keep doing that if Spirit want to keep winning rounds? 2 more for overtime. Map number 1, it was 13-10. Map number 2, they made it into overtime, then Spirit took over. They're the ones who have to drag it back just into the conversation now. So close, yet so far, and because of the spree of rounds we've had, the financial situation has been back and forth throughout, right? We haven't had these big streaks like we had in previous maps. This one has been
back and forth.
Yeah.
Xcloud forced to extinguish, pays a heavy price for the delay. Looks like Foot have just started to consider this as they tool up for this A finish. Smokes are in the sky, very far away. The support network for xCloud, a million miles. They're starting to move now. Hoping to just find one if he's lucky. Magix gets it down. Spirit set up for the post plant. This one will not be easy to get back into. I say that as xCloud does more than one, gets them both. Donk and Magic sideline. Tanir's position noted, they can go. Zontic's well positioned, as is Shiro. Rack him up, knock him down. Advantage returns to Spirit's control. Cemetery partners up with Jugs. You can count on him for more. Wants to take the fight. Shiro's on that crouch clear. They're on the defuse. They can't hit him off it. I think he just hit a no-scope. Gets him off. It's still into the 1v1. We will see every round. The damage on Cemetery from a jump shot, I swear.
I can't believe xCloud is able to get so much output there as well. And they're talking about what was overlooked, talking about the tension. Coolio saved his final timeout for the right moment. Round number 24 coming up next. He's low, he's 37 HP before that exchange. Not considered, not expected, the undetected xCloud. Almost finds the input as Tanir will find some impact. Getting Donk fired up with that one. We've just been discussing the finances consistently. It's no surprise that Foot in this final round are not able to scrap together a tidy buy. Best gun they've got is that famous, or I guess we could argue the 5.7. No kit. Everybody with a smoke. Only one incendiary.
I mean, this has got to be OT. Look what they've got to defend their honor. Demon getting some info.
They've been given the good graces of this space in a lot of these rounds. Spirit have been very mid and A-centric, punishing that side of the map, and that's why you see Foot start stronger over towards A. Three here to defend.
It's good range for the MP9. Cemetery, he's been there the whole time, still doesn't find lethality. Donk good for it. xCloud reveals his position. That's the bomb on the back of Donk now noted. But they can just use brute force. Oh, a jumping dink, softens up, goes for the fight. Now a 5-7, this could go wrong. Jugs is here.
2 and low.
He's hitting shots, they are softened up. Nade 2. Oh, and had his ears ringing. He wasn't ready for Shiro.
Demon can still win this. They have to finish towards A. They can't reroute.
It's asking a lot, though. An MP9 up against 3. They're all congregated. The first is clean onto Magix. They do need to access that A site. Demon going to try and stand his ground. They'll try and keep him at arm's length. They'll go for the swing. He'll have to play to stop that plant. Oh! Hits the drive-by onto Donk. Don't worry though, Shiro, safe hands, ready to secure overtime, or Demon does the ridiculous 1 versus 3! So close! Madness, it comes down to that.
Demon in the flow state there.
Dude, the drive-by?
Hitting everything that moves. They were low HP, the MP9 was more than enough. Shiro steadies the ship. He's about to put another clutch in his back pocket in these spurts of action. I can't think of any better word than agonizing with the pace that Spirit are playing at, because you have these young bucks, you have these kids who love to aim. They want to get stuck in. Coolio says, hey, it's all good. We're back underway. Now we've got the guns. Let's pick right up where we left off. Hefty nade damage, brutalizing this mid-space. They were looking to take.
Yeah, compromised xCloud and Jugs.
So much play has been towards A in these later stages. Looks like Magix wants to at least attempt something over towards B in the first round of overtime. So Util being juggled over as Donk called back. Everybody called back. Nobody B ramp whatsoever. Holly spotted.
Oh, he's done so well. Tracks Magix from the jump peak. Benny, not only satisfied with the opening kill, he gets info that mid is far too quiet.
Fading. On
this fade, Tanir's going to get a face full of lead. xCloud, oh, never mind, both dead. Quick transfer out of Tanir. 3-on-3, high stakes game. Who starts off with the first round of overtime? Symmetry rounds the corner, present and disruptive with the incendiary. Will deny the plant for 6. The re-peek avoids the brunt of the nade damage, but it does facilitate Zontix getting across to site. Demon spamming through, it was just that fake after all. Safe plant, round extended. Let's play Counter-Strike, you got Zontix. Holding for the push, knows there's another where that came from, tracks them both, Zontix with impact. Him and Tanir, 2 frags deep, and Symmetry last seen AWP long. Zontix will play around. Symmetry would be peeking into Tanir and actually does bait the shot, anticipates the wraparound. Another miss, Tanir, not known to be an AWPer. Shouldn't cost them. Won't cost them. The USP, it works very well for Symmetry. You need to hit this one right now. And I don't know about the time, he hasn't got it. Fair play, his USP consistently getting him out of trouble. But this time unable to bring the AWP through, and Spirit start off with the win.
Fantastic double out of Tanir. Sure, they lose Shiro. You love that on the fade, right? Krabeni takes down Magix. They're staying staunch, ready for the fight down the lane on the fade. The bodies are there. They're grouped up. They're not giving them the room. Trades go either way, but once they're in the site, asked to fall by Spirit to get to 13 first, just a little bit too late. What we're looking for right now is 16. That's the magic number. 12.5K in the overtime. So Symmetry not saving that AWP, not the end of the world. Should be able to get one next round from one of his teammates, and that's if they desire it, and that's if they don't win this one. And this is where you turn to Foot and you question the inexperience, you question the age. If they can hold on, they've been competitive all series long. But it's the pressure moments that make the difference.
xCloud launched to an aggressive move, but he's already started to reveal himself. He's moving quickly. Locked on ramp of Spirit. Donk still searching. Second break, hoping to catch Krabeni on an overextension. Is xCloud kicking up a stink? That's nice from Krabeni. He knows the Donk trade attempt's on its way, and xCloud, combines with Krabeni. A double up for the captain. Zontix next up. xCloud there for the chip in. Spirit uncomfortable, super uncomfortable. You got Shiro and Magix. Not out of the realms of possibility, but how? 3 members of Foot congregate at the back.
You have to force a fight, Spirit.
That's what Shiro's hoping for. Bomb on his back. Feast or famine. And that's the shot baited. Tasked with that plant. Still not time sensitive. Throws the bomb away and gets up from a run. They just all say go and crush them.
Get a bit worried if you give them too much room there. So well-handled situation from Foot. He's going to use his overtime number 1 timeout. We'll see if we get OT number 2 and he gets another. See in these last 2 rounds it has been B. Right? They feel like they've conditioned A enough that somebody has to start there. And that was the case with Symmetry on the AWP. Tanier went in quite disconnected. The follow-up was late to the party, and then that crossfire not destabilized by any util. Now with 9 AKs coming in, no AWP needed for Shiro. Luxury there for X-Cloud, a T-side molly. A bit more of the spread.
Here comes Donk, 39 HP and mid-space.
I have to know this is possible. Yeah. Zontix does it.
Zontix didn't consider that. Krabeni continues to play it forward on these CT cave starts.
Feels like the comms are not there for Spirit in a round like that. That's not a moment that should manifest.
Yeah, it's not a good look. Jux has got his smoke. He's actually elected to throw it A main, so now they know they're going to clear him. He has the AK. Shiro combines with Donk. A site access granted. Tanier the lurk removed. Bomb planted. Advantage Foot. Get back into this one if you can.
Where is Donk going?
Great question. I'll tell you for free, Krabeni's not considering it. Magix, if he can just hold the line, nail this one tap on the swing. Ooh, Demon's quick, and Krabeni aware. Spirit are gone, nowhere. Triple out of Krabeni. He is so aggressive around that cave.
Yeah, curious what happened there. Obviously, there's the assumption. Zontix says, I don't expect him to peek out, but you'd feel that that would be communicated by the B lane player. Hey, it's possible. They're throwing a deeper cave smoke. He's able to part through. He's able to pip the gap. He's able to find that opener. Here it is again. So Krabeni on the jiggle spots in first. Zontix gets wind of it. And then Donk trying to make a move. Doesn't want to stay in main. It was always going to be tough for him to try and make that peak, but it put more pressure on his teammates who had to play out of donut and try and stifle them on that CT rotation. But we swap sides. We get back underway, and I think aggression, name of the game right now. Foot, heavy B lane with 5.
It's just up the ramp. Jugs straight on in. No resistance. How's his pathing? Magix has caught him just before the smoke bloomed. He got the info. Tanier chips in. And falling by the wayside our Foot. Perfect utility. Tanier racks up 3 before Krabeni can see to him. Easy for another, but there's Zontix. Spirit quickly repel the invaders and say no. You will not be taking that bomb site that easy.
I do like the pace change. Fortunately, it hasn't worked for either of these teams on these B rushes, just some shutouts. Magic's chipping away at one there through the smoke. He's continuing to find some impact. This would be nice for Tanier. This is what you need, your B anchor. We're running out of ideas soon, Foot.
Yeah, is a call like that indicative?
X-Cloud's out.
X-Cloud. 10 HP on Donk, and he just walks on into the volley. Cringe! Jukes has got Zontix! That's a weird way to get an advantage. Krabeni could extend.
He didn't see this.
He has no idea. He truly has no idea, so presumably
they're coming back his way.
They're going to run into him with their knives out. Magic's making the most ridiculous of plays. Demon down, at least now they know. Cemetery and Jugs hit the brakes and that they just scream at Krabeni, we need your help, we need it now. Understandably concerned is Krabeni for the ramp. They go running through, fine, Cemetery gets it done. Shiro's got the perfect weapon for their cross, and he's put it to good use. Cemetery gone. 2-on-2 established.
That's the B anchor. At this point, we're well into the mid-round. They could be anywhere.
Both partner up, trying to ensure some trade potential. What have you got, Tanir? He's got a smoke.
There's a gap in that.
He can work around it. Prioritizing the plant, a little fake. Tanir doesn't choose to engage, goes through, finds the gap. Krabeni finds the head. It's Shiro in another clutch. How often have we seen him convert these? A 1 versus 2. So much at stake at 14. Oh, then he makes it a 1v1. The fight goes shy. Jugs couldn't hit it, and now you know he's gonna hold it. Krabeni, that's what he thinks, and Shiro's cooked him. Just the brains and the brawn combined. The S should be silent. Saves Spirit, puts them on for an opportunity to find map 2.
I've lost count of these Shiro closes. That crowd surge, you think it gives away that Magic's move. He still gets one. The tail of that coming in with Demon, they're worried about a push from Elbow or main. They think they're going to be in the death alley.
Oh, didn't have vision.
Yeah, he was full blind. The amount of flashes they threw into that, it was about 5 or 6 flashes to get that mid control. Donk still gets the opener. One more now. The Spirit can get map 2 under their belt. It could be 11 straight on Ancient.
Cemetery searching for that cave jiggle. Oh, Magic's just a little bit of an overextension.
Acceleration.
Looks like it. Tanir tucked on Cubby. Supportive Utila lands on the ramp. It's bad, doesn't matter. Krabeni overlooked the possibility. Tanir! 2.5. Cemetery up close and personal to the smokes. This is by no means comfortable. Xcloud can change that. Look at this Kuru commitment. And he finds the burst necessary. He's removed Shiro. The bomb goes down. And they're surrounded. No option is a good option for Zontix and Donk. Oh, what a shot! Taken down the Yorpa.
Everyone's low.
Everyone's low. Smoke on Cave makes it weird. He could just sit this. Jugs, you better have your lineups right. It doesn't look like he does. One more bullet would do it, but there it is. He's stolen it away with the defuse. Spirit take Ancient. Their win streak continues. So many opportunities for Foot. Couldn't quite pull it off.
What a roller coaster that was. It's Nuke up next. This is not home turf for Foot. 8 straight losses on that map. Spirit 1 map away from listing the eSports World Cup Championship in 2026. And this one's put a smile on their face. They knew this one was back and forth, a hard-fought battle. Just one more map, that's all they need.
Shout out to Magic's one time.
Harris, give it up for your casters. Machine and Sponge have been killing it through 3 games. And of course, we got to give it up for the Spirit fans who have been going up against the rest of the arena. They have been putting on for their team, and their team just performed for them, Pimp. What a comeback.
What a comeback. What a game of Counter-Strike. You know, a lot of nerve, a lot of tension, a lot of back and forth. Both teams having moments in the game where you'd argue they are kind of slipping. They're not playing their best brand of Counter-Strike. Then they have a couple of hero moments to come back into it. It's one of those games, Yanko, right now where it feels like it's anyone's for the taking. Both of them are playing well at times. Both of them are showing nerves at times. A lot of frustrations being shown on either side as well. Zontix being mad. Cemetery slamming his desk. There's just so much at stake right now.
Yeah, Zontix showing emotion is when you know that things are getting hairy, right? But yeah, in this one, I thought Foot was going to run away with it. Spirit just made the game incredibly difficult for themselves, losing 2 pistols multiple times, just had bad economy, couldn't win consecutive rounds on that T side. But at the very end, you know, ththese 2 guys that you see on your screen, Magix and Shiro, were the difference makers. Magix with some YOLO plays on the Tech 9 to get a round win, and then Shiro coming in the clutch. That's the thing about him. He can have a poor game, not get a lot of kills, but when it comes to that clutch, we can always count on him.
Yeah, I just want to add Tenia into that equation as well. Had a couple of big moments again coming into overtime, just like we saw in Anubis. It's like he gets a bit of time to get warmed up, but then he steps up massively. And if anything, it's a sign of strength that Team Spirit were able to win a game where Donk was not necessarily playing at his best. He had a couple of moments naturally where he got the job done, but this wasn't a Donk performance that he's going to remember. Yet Spirit was still able to grind it out. Donk is smiling. I saw it. Chat, you saw it too. In the meantime, let's take a look back at some hero plays, some great rounds as well. Yanko, we're starting with round number 8.
Yeah, this is the one where we talk about how Donk is exhausting. There's always something, it's always dangerous. Here, Magic saves an AK. Of course he's gonna drop it over to Donk. So you see early smokes from Foot. Axel doesn't really go for mid here. He just sort of falls back. Besides against it, they go for an A execute. Donk is in Donut. The rest of the team is towards B. And Foot is just gonna be missing just one extra flash here, because they're out, but the smoke hasn't bloomed. And there's no flash for a player who would be Donut. Donk gets a multi-kill, right? He's sort of aware now, buys time for his team, expects maybe someone could be coming from mid, gets the kill on X-Cloud, and they mop up. And these are the sort of rounds that, are the most dangerous almost when you go up against Team Spirit.
That's the crazy part about him, he has that ability to basically create a round out of nothing. He had this triple kill, he had another one on the T side where he gets a double entry, but apart from that, he was kind of gone missing for the vast majority in this game. So I guess it goes to speak to his class. He's still winning 2 rounds single-handedly by himself despite not having a great game of Counter-Strike. Another close first half, but it was the second half that looked like it belonged to Foot. They were running away with it. What do you got for me in round 17?
This is a great example of how Spirit wants to play on the T side against Foot regardless of the map, right? So they open with a slower default. They're not going for any fights immediately. They concede control of the map over to Foot because they know they're going to expand utility. They want to get that early opening kill. They want to get the frag. And you see Magic just being patient, gets the 1 kill, right? Going to throw a B fake. As he does that, Kinnear gets Krabeni, who also is going for an information play. And even though time is low and Foot is stacking the correct side, the patience from Spirit, understanding that this might be a possibility. Magics didn't see anyone. They know everyone is here, right? And that's why they're locked in on their crosshairs and they're still able. It gets hairy, 1 kill going the other way. Maybe they run out of time, but that's the quality of Team Spirit. They don't crumble under pressure.
One player that seemed to be crumbling a little bit on stage was Demon, a man who is known for so many clutches. He felt the game was in his hands, and at the end, well, he might have hurt his pimp. Yeah, he was slam disking a little bit. I think there was a lot of moments in this game. If you're paying attention to the player cams throughout this series, you saw Demon desk slamming a little bit. It was very close for him to get it over the finish line, showing a lot of frustrations right here. And that's fair enough, but it's tough to handle.
Dude, there's desk slams, and then there's desk.
That's a triple.
I legit think he hurt his hand.
Yeah.
And this is your mouse hand, bro. You need to be smarter about this. You're frustrated. It's a final. You want to win. It's all great. But you need to be smart about it. I was keeping an eye on this player cam throughout overtime, and every time he dies, he's sort of touching his hand, he misses a whiff. Now maybe he doesn't even explain with his head. Is this a reason for that? So this is where some of the inexperience that we talked about from Foot sort of shows in these moments, because the game was in their grasp. Obviously, they felt like it was slipping, and even in OT they made a couple of mistakes that cost them this map.
Passion can be your best friend or your worst nightmare in a moment like this. Foot is looking to regain and go into a game number 5, but it is going to be a tough map for them next. Let's take a little bit look of what we have in front of us. We're going to Nuke, right? Yeah, and that's the biggest issue right now if you're in the Foot camp. They played a great series up until this point. They remain competitive, as you can see on all the maps so far. We had 2 in a row with overtime, but Nuke coming up has been a big issue for Foot, not only with the new lineup, but also historically speaking. They're now heading into a map they haven't won in 135 days. They have 8 losses in a row on Nuke. Now, the silver lining for Foot is that it's not like Spirit are world beaters on Nuke either. It's not like Spirit are coming in and that's their best map pick or one of the maps that they're owning on, but
if you're coming into a map like this, Yanko, where you have to stay alive, where this is do or die time, and you haven't won the map 8 times in a row, it doesn't give you the most amount of confidence.
And even more so after how Ancient went. Like you sort of had it. You had it and it slipped through the cracks in a way that's I think is going to hurt even more than the fact you're going on nuke. And yeah, haven't been able to find success on the map. Obviously with a player change too, you know, that's where communication has to be crisp. Everyone has to be on the same page, and it's going to be an uphill battle for Foot on nuke.
Yanko, for Spirit, they finished late last night, and then you got to come in here and play a best of 5. Are there any worries about their fuel in the tank?
Well, I wouldn't think so. This is where they get a little bit of an extended break, sort of to be able to regain some of that energy, maybe grab something to eat real quick, so you know you have enough stamina for that map 5 if it does come around. But honestly, unfortunately, I think they just have such a big advantage on a map like Nuke that this is where they'll be able to close it out.
And of course, on the Foot side, they average about 20.5 years of age as a crew. They are not going to run out of energy. So how do you retain their focus going into a very difficult map for them?
I mean, as they've been doing throughout the entirety of the tournament, they've had backs against the walls in a lot of scenarios. You know, no one had them to even make this final. So I think they've shown that mentally they're resilient and have been resilient. But as we spoke about, the way you lose Ancient, the fact that you now have a little extra time to think about that, and you're heading into Nuke, it's starting to feel like they've had their shot in this game. They had their opportunity, both on Anubis and Ancient. Winning Nuke to keep this series alive, that would be another surprise being pulled out by the Foot.
It would have to be off of the back of something like 9-10 rounds on CT side, and then just winning T-pistol and converting. You know, like if they have to play a ton of gun rounds, competing in that way, I think it's going to be tough for Spirit. The longer the round goes on T side, the higher their win probability goes up. So if they can just stay alive, deny some of those openings to Foot, I think they'll be fine on you.
Here to the youngsters, they will be going up against for Team Spirit. You got to deal with Demon and Jugs. Who is scarier so far in the server throughout EWC? We're starting the MVP conversation. All 10 players are eligible, but the winner, he's coming from the winning team.
I think that's a close race, to be completely honest. Both of them have had moments in this game. Both of them has moments in this tournament where they've been the difference maker. I go with Jukes, you know, a little bit more consistent, so to speak, but I feel like Demon is the player that has that ability to explode out of nowhere. You described him, Yanko, as having a very, very sharp aim, you know. You don't want to go into a clean duel against this guy unless you call Dunk.
Listen, his nickname is Demon, so let's just hope that after all that rage, he's going to be able to channel it into something positive, right? And have a game and bounce back on Nuke and take us into a map 5.
It has been an incredible 9 weeks out here in Paris. The City of Love has been my second home. Unfortunately, this is my final segment. I'm going up to the crowd. You guys will have a fantastic host in this seat. But before that, we have more Counter-Strike. Game number 4, Nuke, loading up. Can Spirit seal the deal?
Пантека.
Один красный на Б. Красный на Б, парни.
Кейв же Б, братан, кейв даю.
Иди фульсру.
Я даю. КТ убей мне, КТ убей.
Play is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower. Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it. Kadir City, powered by play.
All right, we're trying to find out what people's favorite moment of Esports World Cup Counter-Strike is. Hello, my friend. Tell me your favorite moment from EWC.
My favorite moment should be the Falcons versus Legacy.
Oh, wow.
I'm here for support the Falcons, but they lost.
Yeah.
They broke my heart. Yeah, that moment it's really impressed me, you know.
Are you now a Legacy fan?
No.
when Foot almost got the defuse.
Oh,
I wanted it. I wanted it so bad.
You were dreaming of that.
I was dreaming of it. And wouldn't that have been a great way to finish?
Are you supporting Foot now to win?
Oh, certainly, yeah. But it's just great to see some great Counter-Strike.
It's of course the team kill of Magix on Donk. It's the double no-scope shot on Dust with the jump shot. It's
the knife kill yesterday. Yeah, that's crazy.
Those magic clutches, you know. He was playing very good this tournament.
X-Cloud is my favorite man ever. It's not about the moments, it's just him, bro. Just him.
Everything X-Cloud. Everything X-Cloud, that's what this man's about. There you go, this is some of our favorite moments from EWC so far. Many more to come.
This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion.
Whenever I use taxis or public transportation to get to EWC, I always end up late. So I'm taking matters into my own hands. Borrowed it from my producer. He's doing pretty well. Oh, bonjour. I think I'm too tall. Ugh. Okay, that's terrifying. Now it says Def System Control Motor Serandra Letelier.
It's normal.
Does that mean that the car is on fire?
No, it's normal.
Okay, where's the Prindle?
What?
Okay, so here there's like different buttons. There's Sport.
Different mode.
Different modes.
Sport. And CT off and CST off.
Okay, but where's eSport?
eSport? No, it's just Sport. It's not possible actually. Sorry.
You can't have eSport mode?
No.
So now what do I do?
You can upshift.
Upshift?
In 1 gear.
What's this button?
1 gear. It's good? No.
Why is there dual wielding horns? Look, there's a horn here and there's a horn here, so I can.
It's good.
What if I press it both at the same time?
Okay, let's go. Corner difficult.
Corner is difficult? No, I got corners. Watch this. All right, now when you're on this track, what's important to remember?
Eyes up.
Eyes up. If I want to check my phone really quick.
No.
No, I can't? No? Oh, okay. All right.
Eyes up.
My eyes are up. Where else would they be, sir? Okay.
More gas.
All right, I'm gassing it.
You are too slow. Stop here.
I feel like I'm doing a good job.
Yes, but let me drive.
Okay. I don't think I was driving that slow. Yeah, I feel like I went pretty fast. I don't know if you can go much faster! Oh my god! I thought I was Tokyo Drift, brother! Holy crap! Wait, there's a barrier. Are we gonna stop at the barrier? Oh my god! I should have listened to all my middle school teachers and high school teachers and college teachers. Playing video games your entire life is only gonna put you in life or death situations! Ah! You should not have a driver's license. None of this is okay.
I was never here. Do we get a cleanup on aisle 5?
Welcome back to the Accor Arena in Paris, France. How are we doing, everybody? Mixed bag right now because there's a lot of Foot fans here, and we've seen Team Spirit take the lead. They only need one more map to secure the championship. And I've got some Spirit fans standing by right now. What's your name?
Alexei. I'm Nick.
Juliana.
Okay, guys, you guys have been listening to the Foot fans talk a lot of smack all day long here today. Now you're in the lead. What do you want to say to them?
We will like a big tractor and run they over. Destroy, smash, fuck. I'm not gonna say that the first map was just a gift from Team Spirit, and I hope that the guys from Foot appreciate it. You're welcome, guys. But anyway, you're gonna be fucked. Sorry.
Oh, wow, okay. And finally?
I mean, I don't like to say trash word back, but if you say fuck Spirit, I will just say, let's fucking destroy them!
I think you meant Foot. But Lou's standing by. Lou, what's your rebuttal?
She said, let's destroy them. Wow, that's some big words on the side of the Spirit fans, as I am standing by with some Foot fans. Guys, first of all, can you tell me your names?
In French, it's Serge.
Serge, okay, very good with the accent.
Max. Matt.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you boys here, of course. My first question is going to turn to you. There's plenty of rookies here on the side of Foot, and it seems that, you know, they're bringing up a good fight against a top team.
I'm pretty sure that Team Spirit will not bring the fucking trophy today home. It's gonna be GG for Foot. And did you hear how Stadium is supporting Foot?
Les gars, vous supportez Foot? Ouais, ça va être GG. On va aller chercher le trophée 3 de River Sweep. Can you give me one good reason to support the Team Foot here in Paris?
Foot are great underdogs. We love underdogs. Demon is a young star. He's gonna destroy on last 2 maps.
Demon is gonna destroy last 2 maps. Demon qui va peut-être farm la dernière. And of course, we have to mention Donk. There is no Donk in Foot. Does it matter?
The main point that there is only Donk in Spirit. So only one guy against 5, that's nothing.
Are you saying it's 1v5?
I'm pretty sure because I don't think those guys
are noobs.
Wow, big words here, guys, and the crowd is not really sure on which side to stand. It's getting heated in Paris. Spirit are leading 2-1. Let's see if they can take the win on Nuke.
Yeah, the win is very close now, and on this territory, the question is if Foot really have a chance. Sure, that was a conversation right at the top of the day, was whether or not they were going to put up a fight. We got answers to that, Chad. They picked up the first map, a comfortable win, a 13-10 on cash. Spirit responded, Foot had their chances. I mean, back-to-back, Anubis and Ancient we have seen over time. But is this where just that little bit, that small percentage difference, these rather new to the Tier 1 stage, their first year in that top echelon of Counter-Strike, is this asking too much?
Yeah, it could be out of their depths here on Nuke. We're talking about that loss streak of 8 straight. Sure, this isn't Spirit's home turf, but they've got more comfort. They've got Donk outside, and he's at tippy top of those stat lines.
Paris, vous êtes prêts? Then let's jouer, shall we?
It's had start for Spirit. This will be our final map of the night, so let's enjoy it. Squeaky blown off, Lurk Smoke out. Washer towards ramp with 3. One man there, Demon. Had a lot of impact on Ancient, wasn't enough to get them across the line. It was the Magic's man. Running through a molly that got the party started.
Demon immediately backpedals, he knows there's more where that came from, so concedes ramp.
Down the vent on rotation.
Yeah, Demon will tug. Hoping to be overlooked, needs to find that lethality, and he does get a freebie onto Magix. Don quick on the trade though. Xcloud double doors, Zontix peppers him. They're running through control, they're taking this space away. Oh, and Xcloud's lost his head to Donk. Jukes back, Cemetery down to Tanir. And Zontix lies in wait to catch Jugs on his clears. Lazy round the corner. An easy pickup for Zontix. The hard work now done. Oh. And Tanier ensures here with a clean headshot.
Okay, strong start for Spirit. The way that last map ended, I think they're lucky to get away with it, sitting at a fuse in the final round of play. You were mentioning overtime. Well, before this pistol, we had 82 rounds of Counter-Strike across these 3 maps. We're 4-2 in the pistols, now we're 4-3.
Okay.
Still in favor of Foot. We've had 16 1vX situations unfold so far.
And who's taken the majority?
Well, bit of a split bag in that one.
Let's see what they can do with these Deagles. 5-7s. Up against the scary Donk AK. Magic's as well. After the performance on Ancient, I'm glad to see him with the rifle.
The stat lines over at HLTV don't have him as the man who had the biggest swing, but for me, okay.
Oh, opportunity goes awry for Krapeni. Up close, 1 Deagle bullet shy.
Main pressure applied now, smoked off as they go this second wave. I think they flubbed the smoke during all of this. It was meant to be destined for lockers. That's the one you see in the middle of no man's land.
Don't worry, Tanier the soldier. He takes that space regardless.
Cemetery might want to poke his nose out of lockers and have a look, see if he can track him down. Into lobby they'll push. It's just Jugs on his own with a 5-7, has squeaky space.
Okay, that's something. You got T-Roof on Shiro though. Cemetery cognizant that they could be a rat in the system. Jugs clearing out, holding the Zontix. Good find. The 5-7 headshot comes through. Cemetery is clearing. Tanier is found. At least they know where he is. Still a heavy disadvantage financially. Players alive. It all favors Spirit. Oh, a chance. Shiro's patience could have found Jugs.
4 bullets, needs to reload, and by hitting the brakes right now, they're walking into A. So by keeping them busy, Tanier's able to find another. Beautiful round from him.
Impact on those little bursts from the MAC-10.
Yeah, you've got Demon, he's down at B, so he's going to either have to try and pipe up the vent or just look to save. This has been just a round of isolated duels. You're going to want something into the next round, Foot, so hold on to these if you can. And a steady start for Spirit.
You could hear a pin drop in the Accor Arena. Is reality setting in that their revenge for those that dispatched of Vitality, and it was after some hiatus as well, right? That win from Spirit. 2024.
Yeah, having to go back to the Wayback Time Machine to check that one out.
So it was a huge accolade. It was a huge achievement for Team Spirit. They had to best
back.
That, yeah, exactly. The Demon on their back bested them, and now it's Foot in front of them, 1 map away.
Strange as well to get 2 head-to-heads for Spirit that they've never had before, right? Legacy and now into Foot. So this is an unfamiliar matchup as far as Counter-Strike is concerned. They hold on some goods, they upgrade some more. Foot look to find a little bit more resistance. Outside again, and this time ahead of the smoke. Donk just wants to fight.
Yeah, more than happy to. Look at him lay down the law. Tanier gets a little bit more, finds Cemetery. There's Jugs, 5-7, actually threatening onto Tanier as well. Not a comfortable position to be in.
Especially with the bomb loose, Zontix aware of the possibility he slipped up close. Tanier might get caught here, then Zontix will have to clutch out.
More than capable is Zontix. Jugs, ooh, spots by Tanier, but no! Tanier with empty hands, we've got a clutch. On the board, Jugs, can he convert? Or can Zontix stabilize for Team Spirit? Nate's good, 17 HP in a dream. Zontix, yeah, he's not missing that one. A single body shot keeps the train on track.
Tanier's got 2 kills in all 3 rounds so far. So 6-1. Finding some good impact after what was clear frustrations during the 3rd map of play. This got dicey. This was just essentially the eco with a couple of saves in the mix. The guns come out now. Foot, they're going to hope that they can find the same level of success. Yanko saying, watch your hand, son. Been slamming that desk. That's your mouse hand. You want to ensure that. I'm sure we'll get the AWP. Smoke ball again, very quick, off the rip. Glaive smoke has to be cleared. They're wary of the push up to red, maybe even under silo as Krabeni breaks. Jukes does the same.
Bomb across. Nade from X-Cloud. Whoa, perfect. Finds Shiro, chunks him. Pressure on towards this A side off the drop off main, but it's Krabeni well positioned. The trade from Tanir must have just been pixels. Bomb dead to Demon. Bomb down secret, but Demon didn't see it.
Looking to return to A right now. Tanir again.
Ooh, he heard that. That's an audible. It's given Tanir
It's a big gap. Symmetry's not aware.
Huge gap. No one prepared for this. X-Cloud definitely not considering this. Symmetry the same. Sure, you got the man advantage, but for how long? Bomb yard.
He's gonna come up the ladder.
There's the reveal. Symmetry now paranoid, surrounded. Zontix slinks on out. X-Cloud reveals himself. Zontix has found the frag necessary. Symmetry, he's got his signature USP, and Zontix low. Shiro's holding, doesn't overextend. It's just that low HP. Zontix, and he's making a clutch happen. Avoids the nade.
Gonna get that bomb, running out of time.
Yep, very uncomfortable. He just wants the headshot, just wants it now. Gonna go for the fake Demon. Do you run him down? You call the blow! Zontix got tricky with it.
Faked out. He's the one who thought he was pulling him into the fight. He just gets toyed with there, Zontix.
Yo, I mean, that's a play above his years, is deep from Demon.
Yeah, just making sure that Spirit are the ones to play first in that situation. So with one staying alive, tough to get those drops going on the foot side of the server, but still, they get that round on the board. So juggling the guns, they're going to talk about this next opening move. Back 10 for Tanir, Tech 9 for Magix. Early smoke ball outside this time. Sketchy from X-Cloud. Stall out any vent progressions. Will still be able to make a way.
He clears close, but smoke in his face! Krabeni! Can't believe it! Zontix just through the smoke, provides an opening kill. Spirit set to succeed.
Does Magix get across here? Well, it turns into a top split.
Yeah, Symmetry's FAMAS tries to mask the drop into sight with a bullet. The bomb down B, and there is no rotation.
Demon is going to have to try and stuff the choke of ramp. Zontix searching this now. Another door re-smoke, so there is vent rotation available, but you don't do it when you've lost secret. Demon, this could level us out.
Oh, Zontix better. He's having a map.
Yeah, given all the time to go for those clears. Foot not being proactive in this one, not grouping up and searching out. Just sitting waiting, hoping that they can deliver in the frag department, and right now, just hoping to save.
This is already getting to a scary T-side haul. It's only just begun.
The fact that starting off with a bit of momentum this time, Spirit, we know how few and far between the pistols have been. To get it out the gates, to get the conversions. And then a bounce back after the first rifle round loss. This is sitting pretty.
You really would like to hold on to your 3 M4s here. And now 2. Magix makes it so. Oh, they're losing them all. Yeah. Symmetry goes down yard. Jukes might be the only M4 brought through.
A lack of discipline there, trying to hold on to those guns. Also tells they don't know exactly where Spirit are exiting through, so losing an awful lot there. That is going to leave a mark. Could have been a tidy looking next round of play. Sure, it wouldn't have been the full buy. Here it is again. Zontix just unloads. And there's no pressure, right? There's no jiggles. He's just taking his time, going through the motions. Lines him up, knocks him down, and there will be another M4 brought into the mix. Seems hard to justify. We'll see if they can make a case for it.
He's going to try and counter. The move! That's his signature move! The Zontix jumping AK strikes again. Number 2, finally felled by Krabeni. A little bit of revenge, but still, the damage is done. A highly inaccurate bullet still finds its target. Krabeni onto Magix, hello. xCloud's extra investment is waiting for them down the secret stairs. Donk and Shiro peeking in. It was an easy first, it's an easy second. He doesn't take a point of damage, shuts down 2 of the 3 remaining. Mission accomplished. Tanir in the clutch. And he's got 2 bearing down on his location. Krabeni's had a round there, folks. 3 kills out of the captain of Foot, says this game is not done.
Oh, they justify that extra M4 investment right there.
Didn't
immediately.
They?
Pulls Halley into a timeout, just to let everybody know there's a bit of a conversation being had between Zontix and Jugs right there. Jugs says, nice shot. Zontix says, sorry. He also said, I would have won that duel anyway. So a little bit of exchange in the server as Jugs still smiling after that one. He'd be smiling more after this one. 3 staying alive. xCloud finding some impact. He was hot-handed back on Cash. He had Donk's number, hoping he can wake up and start doing the same again on the CT side of Nuke. So a round like that goes a long way into building back into things. Just as we were talking about this getting out of control, it was the financial situation that was the problem for Foot. You win that one, it can be a fire starter. You turn it into consecutive, Spirit will have to take a save. Right where you want them. You just need to get the conversion. Jiro's going to take his AWP into lobby for a ramp fight.
Yeah, he's
going to
clashing head-to-head with Cemetery. Cemetery can't believe it. He's baffled. Shiro, so fast on the line.
Unusual for Shiro as well.
Right? It's not very characteristic of the Spirit AWP. So now you operate hamstrung. Demon tested. A jump around the corner from Magix, but he's just setting up Donk, making sure that they continue to keep the number advantage.
2 have rotated down B, they're ready for this.
Yeah, they are. xCloud, however, unable to track Donk before he gets into the safe haven of the Dark. Bomb on his back. Considering the plant. Krabeni swings open the doors. Donk didn't think he'd have the audacity.
Bombs loose. This is tough now, 3v3.
It is. I'm looking at that flanker's secret stairs as well. Tanir might be able to catch them off guard if they can kick up a bit of a stink. Messy spray from Krabeni, loses control of it, and then Tanir onto xCloud. Just Jugs. And Shiro's already got him booked. Peeks on it. Ooh, what a great shot out of the sniper. He starts, he ends those bookend frags to get Spirit stable.
Investment's available again for Foot, but dropping some guns. Cemetery's going to get the AWP. I'm not sure he's going to be willing to take that fight again. Pistols for 2, and just putting the body on the line there.
It's very Carrigan-esque.
All about that trade. It's all about getting that space, and 5-round T-side Nuke. You can swap halves right now, and a lot of teams would be happy with this.
They can build even more on top.
It's an outside fake. They're hoping to force rotations, and it looks like they're going to set up for something top-centric, so Utah being juggled. A bunch of smokes left to block. What's the timing?
Let's see what you got. I feel like Jugs is in a good position. He's going to have to throw the smoke. Enables him to stick around, and tracks Tanir's flying Mac-10. Donk, though, for another. Jugs down. Krabeni unloading his deagle. Didn't anticipate Zontix sticking around in the lobby, so this has all been rather frantic. Oh, it wasn't far off Demon's read on the plant position, but looks like it is going to be everyone's favorite.
Well, we'll see if they can actually hold on to these this time round.
True.
They're going to have to back off. They overweight more than they should have last time, and they're going to need these more so. So Cemetery on the line. A couple of misses going here, there, and everywhere. Getting quiet in the Accor Arena is telling of the way this game is going. 6th round, it's all theirs. Magic's boosted up on the hunt, trying to take it away, but he's got a long way to move if he wants to remove either of these. Flashes are coming. It's more where that came from.
Demon getting tested. They want to rip it all away. Demon puts up enough of a fight. He will bring 2 rifles through.
Demon can drop a M4 off the back of this save. First tactical timeout from Coolio. Cemetery can drop a Famous or something into the mix, and that's if they want to go for the buy. You can take the partial behind these two guns, get a full buy into the next round, but the half's already gotten away to you.
It's a really rough death for xFloud. A flying Mac-10 headshot. He had the M4 Tetris. He could have really feasted on that.
Nonix has come in with an intentional Mac-10 and he has a good spawn, so it could be a bit of a gear shift or maybe just a vent drop. Trying to unravel whatever the plan is that Foot are hoping for. Don't let this all push into lobby. Try and ice it out. 6 rounds T-side, they're just going to keep racking them up here, and they already had that fire starter. Already had that round that you thought was going to do enough to get things going for Foot. It's falling away now, and considering how competitive the last 3 maps have been, you'd hate to see it go out this way, but that's just sometimes how the cookie crumbles.
Much rather be going out with a raw. Not a whimper. Sontix down to the nade, softened up, and still gets output. Still gets 2! The second onto Jug's absurd.
He's having a half right now. Is Sontix 12 and 3.
Everyone on Team Spirit is contributing.
Think about the kills he's got. The jumping AK, the spam through the smoke in the main, now just on the Mac-10. Fast and furious. Another round where they have to look to save. This is gotten out of the grasp right now of Foot.
Yeah, this is Team Spirit batting around Foot.
We knew it was going to be tough, right? Again, we've told you multiple times it's 8 straight losses on Nuke.
Yeah.
A couple of them to Mouse, a couple to Astralis, a couple to Vitality. They're all very good teams, but right now they're not in this. A lot of these Nuke games that I'm talking about as well in the losses, 16-14, 13-11, 13-8. They still feel like you're in these type of games. Right now, it's not looking to be the case.
However, you know, this is one of those steps. You get to your best of 5 grand finals, and then you realize, okay, there are vulnerabilities in our map pool. We're not yet ready to hang in a full BO5.
There's that mental residue from those previous as well. The fact that you were in overtime on Anubis and Ancient, you could have won 3-0. Why not? The difference makers, the details, the clutches that we've been talking about, the pistols in their favor. Spirit have had to grind this one out. They've been made to work for it, but right now they're showing their class and their polish. For another trophy in 2026. Vitality falling early. Who knows what era we're entering?
It's all up for debate. Awful lot of freedom for Krebeni on yard.
Poke your head up.
Shiro dares ya. Perfectly timed as Krebeni emerges. Shiro removes him.
Someone will have to acknowledge outside or you gamble. Right, so Krebeni could just call you into a stack because nothing's working. What do you want to hedge? Play 2-2. Rotate down, batten down the hatch to see if you're able to frag out. Door smoke lands. That minute mark, and this is the tempo that Spirit have been happy to play with the entire game. There's been a few moments where they've shifted gear, been a little bit more aggressive, like that Nuke top play. Ancient, they try to rush in towards B, but otherwise, slowing the roll of Foot, not allowing them to play iffy, brawly Counter-Strike in a lot of these moments. They're going to start taking the fight.
This has got to be the recipe for success. Demon making a move. Well-placed HE. Here comes the offensive. xFloud standoff. Oh, and just a flurry of frags. Team Spirit frenzy into the A site. From dead silent to the round done, a blink of an eye. And the rundown of the Orb. Cemetery gets left with nothing. Magix unloads a couple of extra bullets into his corpse.
Just making sure it's working. Magix, a lot of, as the in-game leader, sure, talking to be done after every single one of these rounds, but it looks like he is definitely in a bit of a flow state with the calls that are being made right now, and it helps when your individuals are finding this output. I think Donk's dawning on another MVP. Their run after a loss to GG How has been a win over Luminosity, Big, Bait, Vitality, that's the big name, and Legacy. Not a lot you can say in moments like this, Coolio.
It's just flowing so nicely. You can leave that cache of flashes on T-Roof, and whenever Magix feels like you've taken the space, you've gotten those openings, you can just pop into that top site. whenever you want, apparently.
Yeah, dominating them right on the T side with opening kills. Got a total of 7 of the 10 rounds played so far. So they continue to add those to the tally. Magic's the only man conceding multiple on their T side, and this is a dream. This is setting you up nicely for that trophy lift.
Minimal resistance. The foot engine coughing and spluttering into our 4th map of play. And as you said, Chad, you're right. Anubis, Ancient, OTs, probably still at the back of their minds as they're sitting here trying to find anything on the CT side of Nuke.
They started red pole.
Oh, bomb. Oh.
It's okay, you're going to spot it, but then you've got to rotate down. So down the vent goes X-Flat. He's got an MP9.
It's just an MP9.
He's going to get support. Demon's coming down to help him as well.
Okay, timing is everything. Can you time this engagement properly? Does hit a burst onto Shiro, but Donk is hunting him down. Truly hunting him in the vents with him. Makes it look easy. Zontix loses bomb, Demon. Missed shot from Shiro. Won't make that mistake again. Incendiary forces his hand. Donk opens the door and just enough bullets. A burst onto Donk. Shiro equalizes.
Pick up the bomb. They can still go back towards A if they want.
It's going to slow down for a sec. Got Magic's Yard looking for answers towards that locker's position. It's Krabeni there. Oh, and a pre-aim! Magic's a round-winning kill, removing Krabeni, puts it all onto Cemetery, and I haven't seen much in the way of clutches out of him.
Sure leaves Magic, so rotated down. He pumps his head up the vent, and Cemetery knows he's in the wrong place. And running out of time. With that bomb planted, do you give this a go? I think you might have to. You need rounds at this point. You don't have a kit, and... oh.
Yeah, I mean, there are no good options here. There are no good options. You've got 0 in your bank account. You've conceded 9 T rounds on Nuke.
It's one of the absolute worst ways for a grand final to come to its close.
Yeah.
Once they throw in the towel, put a fork in it. To mount the resistance on the T side, especially with the momentum that Spirit is starting to build. They're broken through. And a conversation from the camp, that win over Vitality, refreshing the mental, potentially unlocking the team to another layer. They've been under scrutiny. 2026, you got Donk in the team. You're meant to win trophies.
Consistently getting to the finals recently.
Yeah, and that's how they've been on the rebuild. Then this whole coaching conversation started. Well, Hallie's near here now. And they are just a handful of rounds away from lifting this here today. Final round of this half. It'll take a whole lot of work to do any inspiring right now, Foot.
Cemetery is going to try and insert himself into an opening. Just thinks twice on it. Smokes her up, anticipates Tanir's presence on top of main roof. 4 of the 5 members of Spirit stretching their legs Yard, and Cemetery still so preoccupied. No one's looking! Donk! Just redonkulous!
It's a mental collapse, isn't it, right? The comms aren't flowing. They have no idea where Spirit is, even though they should be wary of those possibilities. Would have no idea, and
lost.
It's just falling apart, kill by kill, round by round. This is 10 guaranteed.
The pedigree of Team Spirit, impossible to ignore. The contrast between this map and the 3 prior, night and day. Shiro just tracks his prey, Jugs none the wiser. 1 back, 2 from Demon. But an inevitability of how this half ends. He's played it nicely, goes off, goes finds Magix, and now another onto Donk, does significant damage. Demon's making this one convincing.
20 seconds, they're giving him respect now.
Donk goes up heaven trying to get the bomb down. Demon gives him that space. Safe into the site for the plant. The first 3 impeccable. He's hoping they play into him. Uncertainty grows as he cuts noise. Donk looking the wrong way. Demon swings on out, gets the info, anticipates the swing out of Donk. But Tontix, you needed that, denies Demon something sickening. Instead, it feels like the writing's on the wall. The trophy practically theirs. 10 on the T side of Nuke. It's Spirits now.
To secret, I think. One more, he's coming secret, I think. Secret,
I play for it. I'm jumping double.
He's secret. Dima, you can go with him. He cannot leave it.
He's picking down.
Don't walk behind.
On the double.
Can be, guys, on you in 3 seconds.
He jumped it down. Сингл. Дабл убил. Дабл. Подожди. Ждите, я бегу вам сингл. Давай.
Сингл ставлю.
Давай. Nice!
The war cry of Donk heard and echoes around a dead silent Accor arena. They were cheering for the underdog, but the top dragon in town on Nuke. 10 on the T side. Foot left wanting.
This one's going to be like trying to separate a pirate in his run right here. This trophy, all but Spirits. You can see it in their hand. You can see them lifting it in a moment's time. CT side pistol hitting their stride. How quick can this be?
A win on the pistol would just about seal it. Demon does well. Wins out a long drawn out battle of attrition versus Tanier at range with the Glock. Still, first blood goes Foot's way.
Sure is here.
He is. The dual Berettas, however, maybe audible steps. Yeah, X-Flat. Whoa! Unloads two to
that game, bro.
Zontix is here as well. Krabeni not aware.
The vent, that's going to be the play into A.
It has to be, yeah. Magics will be here, though. Up the vent uncontested. Magix hears this, tries to find that first bullet onto Krabeni, costs him dearly.
Up heaven comes Donk.
Got him off the bomb, forces a reposition out of Krabeni. Buys a little bit of time for Zontix. Can Donk and Zontix really pull this one off on the way back in? A 10-second defuse, so they do have to move quickly. Speed, the name of the game. Time is of the essence. Zontix pressuring. Donk something. Shows himself. Jug's ready to receive him here. Nails the shot, does Krabeni. Here's the start of a very, very long road back into this game.
I'm curious now if we get the force buy for Spirit or if they just want to take the eco and bring the rifles in their necks to get this done as quickly as possible. We've been seeing them force buy on the CT side throughout, so right now seeing an eco.
Crazy.
Might come with the change of the tune. Shiro's double, not enough to get it done.
Just a perfect utilization of the dual Beretta.
And I think as well in this round where they have that advantage, seeing these youngsters not fumble, right? That's the type of round where the mental could just go. They keep it together. I think you'd have to disconnect your mouse and keyboard or miss a bunch of utility like that to lose this one.
You can't lose this one.
It's just USPs and a HE, surely not. Won't be. So at this moment for Spirit, you don't even have to contest. You can just look for damage as they try and exit, or just not give kills to these SMGs. So all in all, this one is over already. Magix offers up his life. Rennie is going to go for a search outside. Needs to be careful here.
Yeah, there are a couple of traps.
We would hate to give this Galil over. Spotted now. Getting flanked, Shiro. We'll be popping around the back line. It's a knife. That's a huge cash injection right there for Shiro.
Perfectly played. An extra $1,500. Jeez.
That's an awful lot of damage right there. Shiro can have his AWP and armor and util. That's the AWPer's dream going into rifle round number 1 of this second half.
Maximizing.
I thought, yeah, just go for the kill, get the Galil. This man had other plans. Plan around ahead. Almost on the back turn. That could have been embarrassing.
Crazy.
Пацаны, я чела зарезал.
All right, 2 straight. How many more? Only ones who can shift the dialogue are Foot. Outside, Hefty. Cross, nade. This is the mark.
This is the mark, and Demon does it. Catches Donk.
In the smoke.
Easy for Shiro. Krabeni had not considered it, so it's a clawback kill from Shiro Zorb. Jugs cuts off the vent rotate option. We've got Zontix down here. They're all trying the Zontix now. Ooh, good find from Jugs. Stops him from finding any output on the M4.
This is looking more like it. A bit punchier, more conviction in the plays. They've started to look a little bit scared to me, a little bit timid. Now, finding their form to find their 5th. Spirit are just going to play the long game. They know they just need 3 rounds. But MR12, it can get away from you quickly. The reason that there shouldn't be any concern is because this is the CT side of Nuke. It's just going to take a multi-kill from one individual to win out a moment. Sure, it hasn't happened yet, but we're in the early stages. So Spirit biding their time. Will retain 3. 2,900 lost, they can buy again. Jigs can drop, Shiro can do the same. And everybody will have rifles, which was better than what we just saw.
Terrorists win.
For being in an environment like this, in an arena, 12,000 people, you play a best-of-5 grand final against a team with one of the absolute best Counter-Strike players to ever do it, Donk in the server. I don't think you want to leave this stage. You need to make sure that if you're leaving, they're ripping you out of here. So treat every round like it's your last. Okay, so Magix will opt for an MP9 of his own. That's going to allow Shiro, if they do lose this, to get another AWP. Loss bonus is maxed out going into the next. So interesting financial choice. We can see if it has ramifications. It's around 17.
They're not getting their consistent breaks here. I think the smoke wall is a little unusual.
Kinnear's been able to patrol the vent drop, so making sure that the lobby man Jugs hasn't dropped down. It's a big point of contention as far as rotation. B is Donk, okay! Out of nowhere, just unloads, finds Cemetery. Having a tough game, 3 and 11.
And if you wanted to accelerate, Tanira's blocked you. Xfloud wanted to. Faced with a smoke on his descent.
It's not even a multi, just one straight kill through the smoke. Oh, Jugs flashed, he's up.
Oh, revealed!
Teamwork on point.
Magix and Tanir working in perfect harmony. That's that team play. That's that pedigree.
And this one's not punchy. They can't get the space. They can't just be running at you now, and it's going to simmer out. T-side and Nuke. Not easy to play.
And look at this position from Donk. Oh, and look at his aim. Doesn't even have to adjust. He's just aiming with his keyboard at that point. Magix confirms bomb was on its way. Up close and personal. Tanir's being baited in. Might not even prove necessary with Donk now up in heaven. Demon was pre-aiming, but is overcome by Magix. Output on the MP9.
That last exchange was the only time there was multiple people involved in the fight. Otherwise, it was just, oh, one outside, one door, one more outside, a pitter-patter. That's an absolute nightmare scenario. You're not trading off of each other. You're not doing anything with the space you had. Back to regular scheduled programming. 2 more rounds for Spirit. They're going to take some time out to extend the time on the stage, but for how much longer? Pistol, some more conversions. Some saves come through. It's another gunny. Round 17. Just have to be something a little bit more all-in from Foot. No, that's not the way you want to approach things. You can't just be running in with a top hit, but make sure you're together. Make sure you get the possibilities to trade. You can't account for Donk just spamming you through a smoke, but you can try to play to avoid it.
Demon quick, straight to Donk. Jumps into his jaws. Another Donk opening. You just put that AK into his hand on the CT side and just watch with glee as the kill feed regularly reads Donk onto Demon.
Top of the scoreboard again. There's some other players throughout this series who may have had more impact in moments, but Donk always there, always delivering.
Yeah, you know you're good when your nickname does become a verb. To be donked. To be donked on.
They've got Jugs down the vent. You need to get across secret. Donk has a HE to break this.
Is he donking?
Too early on both the HEs, but now time is going to be against Foot. They might have to make some noise on this cross.
He's chipped away, but they do make it across. Sontix is down here, relaying the information to the troops. Shiro in a power position as well on ramp. Sontix, ooh, kept humble. Donk and Shiro, however, looking to put the 12th on the board. Krabeni, aggressive, Donk feasting. 4 kills in the round just to secure it. Firestarter indeed, this kid is a prodigy.
We'll read out the run once more. It's the best of one loss to GG How. One of the upsets of the tournament, but we can chalk that up to being a BO1. Luminosity 2-0, big 2-1, Fate 2-0, Vitality. That's the big one, that's the one that counts, that's the one that's made the difference. And then Legacy in that semi-final. This could be the last round of play.
And Donk seems to make it so. Krabeni sideline forced to watch. The inevitable end of this one. Champions imminent. They can feel it. Spirit gotta be on top of the world. Jugs goes down, your esports World Cup champions. It's courage, it's determination, it's team spirit.
Take a look at the final form here on Nuke. This was domination. The rest of the series, it was touch and go. Started with a loss on Cash. Foot risking it, bringing a new map of play. But Spirit, they're here to stay. Do not doubt the Dragon.
The Aegis in Shanghai. The Esports World Cup in Counter-Strike in Paris. The Dragon hoarding treasure across the globe. And for Foot, this will not be the last time we see them on a grand final stage. That much I am certain. Individuals, good flair, opportunities, as you said, for a 3-0 OT back-to-back. It's your champions. Team Spirit.
And Donk as well. The rest of you guys, you just need to head over to that side of the stage for one last important piece of business. Donk, come back up here. No, he's gone. Magix, I'll talk to you. Come here. Incredible. Can you just spin round for me, Magix? I got to ask first things first. That felt like a fight to begin with, but it felt like you guys never lost faith that you had this one in the bag.
Yes.
Absolutely. Do you know when you came back to this team, did you believe that you had what it took to get back to moments like this and achieve greatness?
Yes, just play better.
What have you been working on over the past year as IGL, as such a great leader?
Communication, aim, movement, clutching, nades, pre-fires, tactics, setups, etc.
And how much do your team believe in you, and how well do they communicate with you as the in-game leader?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, I love that. Donk, just come here, just briefly. You've proven so many times, listen to this crowd, that you are undoubtedly a superstar in Counter-Strike, one of the best to ever do it. What does this win mean to your career?
It's great, it's important for our organization, that's it.
And you two have known each other a long time. What's it like having him as your IGL?
Nice.
Nice? Do you know what else is nice? Giving out a Sony Tournament MVP, and the time has come to award it to this man. Ladies and gentlemen, Paris, make some noise for your tournament MVP. It's the one and only Donk! Look, I know you're very modest, and I know you like to think more about the team than yourself, but you've been part of the Spirit system since you were just 14 years old. Do you feel like you just keep getting better and better?
Yes.
Who is better in Counter-Strike than you?
Him.
Just you two?
Him.
Okay, good stuff. Men of many words right here, and they are your champions. Please, I want to throw over right now to Lou for a final piece of business at the Key Crusher. The last key to be crushed, Lou.
Absolutely. Yes, Ian found out the hard way that beating Team Spirit was too tall of a task. And talking about being tall, being immense, look at who is with us to crush the foot key. Are you ready to crush the key? How is it going to be?
I'm ready. Should we go do it now?
You're going to be able to do it now. The key master is going to explain you right like this, exactly as my voice is leaving as well. Team Spirits are going to be on top of the EWC here in Paris. We seem to be having a little key crush time. Ladies and gentlemen, Team Spirit, your EWC champions! That was very, very solid. Congratulations once again. Tanir, now I have to ask you, the way to reach that stage wasn't always easy, but you made it. Which keys do you want to be part of your trophy? Which teams do you want to see in your trophy here?
First one, GG How.
GG How, isn't that the team that you faced in the group stage? Why?
Second team, Vitality.
Do we get a reaction here? Of course, mesdames et messieurs, la deuxième clé, c'est celle de Vitality. Fair enough, and what about the last one?
It's Bait.
Bait Esports, that you be as well. Mesdames et messieurs, est-ce qu'on peut encore faire du bruit, s'il vous plaît, pour Team Spirits? That's a very, very interesting choice of keys. And now, I think it's time for me to welcome you back to the stage where you guys are gonna get your key. Your key master is gonna give you the key, and you're gonna get back on stage with your teammates going to the totem. Okay, Donk, Magix, you can join us on stage. It's time for you guys to go to the totem and get your final moments here at the Accor Arena. Boys, I'm giving that to you.
Thank you very much, Lou. Boys, bring it in. Coming through. Trav, a big tournament for these boys across the entirety of these 2 weeks. But we need to take you to the totem right behind you. We need to get the key put into the totem. We're definitely not live in the venue, but we'll keep it moving. That's what I can't hear us. Trav, what a performance from these boys. Make your way up. Guys, come on. Up to the totem. Go ahead. Yeah. Incredible performance across 2 weeks. Now all you have to do is put your frame in that totem and write your name in esports World Cup history. Paris, one more time for your Esports World Cup 2026 Counter-Strike winners, it's Team Spirit!
And in fact, again, by Team Spirit on a map for that up until that nuke was an incredibly competitive affair. And I love that. The keys that they choose to crush Jacob, they go with GG How first. That's where it all started with Team Spirit in what we thought was a massive fumble from them. Turns out absolutely not. They are your esports World Cup champions.
You're not wrong about that, Freya. It did start a bit dicey for Team Spirit, who went on this journey where they lost the first game of the tournament and then gradually got better and better by every single game they were playing up until the point where they finally took charge of this grand final. As you said, they had to fight for it. Foot put up a really, really strong, I guess, experience and a really, really strong performance today in order to push two of the maps into overtime. But at the end of the day, Yanko, it did feel like it was inevitable, right? Spirit being the better team, having the better individuals, also getting to lift the trophy.
I think the experience shines through in this grand final, right? We can't forget about Anubis either. Even though Spirit was in the lead, it gets into OT. Maybe now another team would get nervous, let the map slip away. No, they kept their composure. Ancient, they were the ones clawing their way back. It was what Foot had to win if they were going to have a chance in this best of 5, but Spirit denied them that and showed class one more time.
Class 100% of the way through, and obviously we have to talk about it, the fact that they put the Vitality Crush key in their trophy as well, Jacob, maybe to the dismay of all the fans here in the arena, but that was what kind of catapulted themselves to this very point. Like, we've seen such a turnaround from this Spirit, and it paid off in dividends.
It took Donk and it took Team Spirit a year and a half to finally beat Vitality, and that's the prospect of this tournament win as well. We know we're going into a busy period where there's going to be tournament after tournament after tournament, and with a Vitality that is more than beatable at the moment, even turning up a tournament with a stand-in. Who is to say that Spirit can be that next up in line to be considered the best team in the world? I think the title as the best Counter-Strike team as of right now is up for grabs. It's definitely going to be interesting to follow the next couple of months, and Spirit winning this tournament, getting into the final of the Blast Bounty as well. They're off to a great start in this second half of the season.
Yeah, I think it's wide open, but, you know, I'd also like to say a few words about Halley. He's been under a lot of criticism, a lot of it unwarranted. Really, the man had to take a leave of absence, you know, for health reasons, and the team was without him at the major. He comes back, they lose one final, and everyone's like pointing fingers, right? And here at EWC, where a lot of the other contenders floundered, they were the ones who were able to get their floor up and play better Counter-Strike throughout the tournament, and once again capitalize on, you know, bad performances from their opponents, and obviously beating Vitality along the line, who they've said in every interview they worked a month and a half for this event. It was in Paris, it was in France, they get to play in front of the home crowd. The club championship meant so much to them, and despite all that, Spirit was able to take them down. I think he deserves some words of praise for his work.
1000%. It would of course be amiss for talking about Spirit without talking about the phenom that is Donk. As we heard, MVP worthy performance yet again coming in from him, and exactly when Team Spirit needed it.
It's impossible to realize how good he is, really. You know, came into this grand final on track to have his second best event ever in his career, and it may sound, you know, a little bit trivial, but the fact of the matter is that Donk is having great events left, right and center. So the fact that this one was on par to be the second best, statistically speaking, speaks volume to how well he was playing in the group stage, how well he was doing in the playoff, and naturally also had a big impact tonight in this grand final.
It's also a matter of fact, though, that he can't do it on his own, right? And yes, he can have a slower map like he did on Ancient and still have incredible rounds like we showcased at the time, but it was Magix who had a lot of kills that mattered. It was Shiro who had the fewest amount of kills, but the most important clutches down the stretch. And if you're going to win a tournament of this caliber, it is always going to have to be a team effort, and that's who holds this trophy at the end of the day. It's the best team at the event.
And that's the thing, right? We look at the entirety of Team Spirit. I love that you mentioned Shiro there, because I think, Janko, we had a couple of questions as to how he was going to show up in this grand final. It's not been, too often that we've seen those inconsistent performances, but it's more so that it happens in those grand finals. This wasn't the case. He had some impact today.
Absolutely, and I think also Shiro is sometimes easy to pick on, but because the style of play that he has, right? Like, he doesn't go for opening kills, he doesn't go for flashy plays, but what he's really good at is being a safe pair of hands, right? If you go back on a demo and just watch Shiro's POV, you'll see there's a lot of rounds where actually he gets that one kill that really sort of turns the round in his team's favor or secures the round. And obviously on top of that, the clutches, the great pistol round play, the supporting that he does. So it's sometimes a thankless job, but he does it on such a high level where they can't win without it.
It's kind of like Janko read your tweet, Jacob, about him being the most reliable AWPer. A lot of people in the replies were saying, yeah, but not in the grand finals. You can put that forward as your case.
I feel he is one of the most reliable AWP players you have. He's not the most sexy AWPer, he's not the most flashy AWPer, but he's, as Janko said, a safe pair of hands. Also a player that's reliable for his teammates. When you're playing with a guy like Shiro, he's not doing random stuff in the middle of the round that he's never done before. He goes by the book, and one of the least talked about attributes, I think, sometimes about being a good teammate is being reliable to your teammates as well, because everyone else have to play around Shiro, and if you as a teammate always know what he's doing and know his tendencies, his habits, it makes it so much easier for guys like Tenir, Magix, Dunk for that matter as well, to be around him, call around him and perform around.
And I'll tell you, from a coach's POV, a player like Shiro is what you want. Like, you want a guy that's gonna hit the shot that he's supposed to hit. When you put things into place so that he's in a good position, people come his way, he's gonna do it. Like, obviously guys like Monesi are a luxury. Sometimes he's gonna be in a terrible spot and he's gonna get you kills and he's gonna, find you openings and all that, and that's awesome. Like, it's great to have players like that, but when you're building a team and you're building your plans and you're building rounds, like, it's all for those moments that he can take care of.
It's funny how that works, right? Because everyone out there who's playing a bit of Counter-Strike themselves, I think the most asked question to me, back in my time when I was playing, is how do you get consistently good at the game? Sometimes I'm dropping 30 kills, sometimes I'm dropping 10 kills. I can't figure out that consistency thing. So when we finally have a player who's built his entire career about being consistent, we also give him a bit of a jab for that, not always going above and beyond, and I don't think that's fair. In a world where consistency is a rare thing to come across, it's nice to have a guy like Shiro who's consistently showing up pretty much every single time.
We don't want to get too analytical in a moment like this where obviously emotions running high for both sides of the server, but I do just want to get your opinion. Well, some higher than others. We just walked past Foot and they were looking a little dismayed, but I do just want to get your opinions on that nuke, because as we were already talking about, 3 maps that went incredibly close, 2 that went to overtime, but nuke, a completely different story. How were they able to get away with that?
It's unfortunately, it's the story of Foot. I don't think that's necessarily coming down to Spirit, upping their level of playing much better. They continue to play well and they got the job done, but they're playing against a team who's lost any sort of confidence you can have on that map. That was the 9th loss in a row for Foot as a core on the map of Nuke, so it was always going to be the case. Unfortunately, not a close game, unfortunately not a competitive game, but as you also said, Janko, the way they lost Ancient had to bring that mentality into Nuke, knowing you'd lost it 8 times in a row. It was always going to be tough.
Yeah, I still want to applaud Foot for this final. I think they did everything right. The veto, they took the correct risks, right? Unfortunately, it was just that Ancient, right? Like, if they could have just found a way to close it out, I think they were never going to win Nuke, even more so after losing Ancient in such a manner. And I think Mirage would have been an incredible 5th map for this final between these 2 teams. And I feel bad that we didn't get to see that, but that's what teams like Spirit get to do, right? Like, they just are that good, where even when the odds are stacked against them and they're not playing their best and they're losing some rounds they're not supposed to, still have what it takes to win games.
I spoke to Krabeni before this grand final went live, and Nuke was the only map that he picked out, and I was asking him, do you think your map pool is worthy, is ready for a grand 5? That was the issue that he pinpointed, saying, I know that's going to come, I know it's going to be a punish, that's where the troubles are really going to arise. But looking forward for Foot, I know it sounds almost odd to be talking about this in this context, but they should be proud of what they've achieved here, right? They were within touching distance of taking down Spirit on multiple occasions, maybe putting their name on that very trophy, but they should be immensely proud of the run and the teams they've managed to take down.
100%. We even spoke to Jukes yesterday, who said that getting to the grand final of EWC is as nice, if not a better feeling than winning the event they won at PGL Bucharest, right? So that speaks volume to where they're at right now. Another, I guess, fact we have to state is the fact that they made a roster change not so long ago, bringing in X-Flout, you know, so to be able to remain competitive in a best-of-5 grand final against a team like Spirit, that was always going to be a tall task, yet they did it on the first 3 maps. So in terms of their future, in terms of where they're going from now, it's likely to think that they're getting better. It's likely to think they're going to use this experience to be more consistent, more competitive. So I don't think we've seen the last of Foot, you know, in these big stage games. Whether or not they're making the final or not, that's going to be tough, but they're in contention.
I mean, let's add some context, right? A little bit over a year ago, these guys were Navi's academy team.
They're better than Navi, right?
They weren't even a team of their own. Then Navi takes their best player away, Makazi, to the main lineup, and it's like, all right, you guys are free now, we're going to sell you over to someone. And then Foot gets the team, and you know, they get into a good spot in the BRS to kick off 2026. They have some good wins, improve with every tournament, right? And now they're the 3rd ranked team in the world. They've surpassed Navi's main team by a good margin, right? So it's just been an incredible feat in such a short time. Of course, this loss is going to sting. When you lose, it always stings. But the way they played, the way they did things, they did it the right way. There'll be a lot to learn from this game, right, in terms of Counter-Strike, but also how to manage your emotions, how to manage expectations as well, that it's a marathon and you need to conserve some of that energy. There's going to be frustrating rounds. So I don't think Foot is going anywhere.
Guess Navi sold the wrong team after all. Should have kept them.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for your thoughts. I do just want to get your final thoughts, considering that we are kind of only at the beginning of the season. This is the first true Just LAN event to start off the second half of 2026. Janko, in your opinion, where does this set us up for the second part of the season?
I think it's wide open, right? Vitality has to deal with different stand-in situations. Falcons, okay, they failed at this event, but they still have a lot of quality players. Spirit with this win cemented themselves. Maus even won a tournament. So there's a lot of teams out there that will be, you know, battling for trophies, and I think that makes for a very exciting season.
It does feel like someone took a hand grenade and threw it into what is the top of Counter-Strike right now. It's completely blown open. Anyone is in the talking point for that. I even argue a team like Navi have a lot to prove after this tournament, where it didn't go too well for them, after an off-season where they didn't make the roster change a lot of people expected. So I firmly believe right now you have 6, 7, maybe even 8 teams who can walk into a tournament and, you know, potentially go for a trophy.
I wish the camera was on. You would not believe what Janko is doing right now. Gentlemen, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure to join you for the crescendo of what has been the Esports World Cup 2026. But don't go anywhere, because we have the Spotlight Show coming your way.